Oh yeah, I gotta do this. Just shoot him in free OBH. Look, you can't stop a train at full speed. If you try to get up in my way, then you gon' bleed. It's my time, and I got it covered like 4 sleeves. Follow your gut, the only thing that you gon' need. I'm gon' lead. Show you how to stack the money high, stay low. How to keep coasting to the shore when the wave low. My word means something. They gon' go on my say so. Never leave Philly, still lining with Pedro. I'm ducking, left the plate but still slugging. Y'all dudes be over 30 and still thugging. Won't quit, I feel a pull, I keep tugging. They be having battery packs, they need plug-ins. I know the game, you can cool it down. Did it then, then you shouldn't have to prove it now. Man, this whole shit is circus. Tell me who's the clown. Y'all scared the boss head now. Move it down. Cause I showed you when I told you I'm a sleeper. Creeper. If you don't see me coming, I'm the reaper. Move like the Franklin, they remind me of a reaper. Way the soul seller, wonder how much for the sneaker. If I keep piling, I'ma reach it. Underground rapper, but I promise still get a couple thousand for a feature. Don't get it quiet because I know better. Deep thinkers, no talking, no fellas. These old heifers in the way, it's no pressure. I guess they stuck in the streets, really, they go never. They say you don't switch the flow, cause my flow better. I spin shit, had kids sick, that's old cheddar. Crabs ain't put themselves in the barrel. Sometimes the only way out is to grab you. Pass you, you ain't do enough, don't let them gas you. They be holding packs, ain't no money in that statue. Keep a pair, so when you come, I'm coming at you. One gotta cover the other to overlap you, it's natural. Why would you put me in that position? Come to going forward, I play it better than Pippin. What he tripping? Outside rap, they get wicked. They lying, my shit real, big difference. Beat districts, really done hid chickens. Get the Call of Duty, we really done did missions. Half of these cats don't know who they are. Can't expect you to notice a star, especially when it don't shine, all grind. Thought it was your time on the rail, you just lowered the bar. A lot of guys say they ride and play passenger. Can't say your movie real with fake characters. See your messages, we drilling the paradise. Kinda groovy, but I know the way I'm moving is killing all the disparages. The dirty kid, doing everything they heard he did. Turn to the definition of what sturdy is. I never bitch, never told, never hurt a kid. No compensation for cops, not even on a bid. I know they thought I was gonna let them dudes pass, but who got these dudes gas? Niggas average at best, and they lying. I'm about to get a savage a test. See how much rank you got when you battling death. But that's when you see the face all different and they walk in, stand in a space all timid. First round, I would literally break y'all in it. We bring basket play, ain't no baseball in it. I chase vibes, no extra stressing. Don't want nobody around that I'm second guessing. I've seen a lot of guys running around with a weapon and treat an interview room like they had confessions. It's sick. Just wanna be with a chick, end up getting cooked. Try and be in the mix. Too much partying, try and leave with a chick. All clubs and get flushed. Keep being the shit. Retired shooter, I've been known to let the fifth spray. This is super sturdy on display. If you think he's sitting cause I'm shitting, then it's finna be a quick day. I'ma wet his ass like a big day. Yeah. ODH, man. Free the men, man. Alright, know.
Sound like Hallen, what's up, bro? Miss T Pre, Slew Foot, hey Slew. If Halliburton wouldn't have went down, y'all probably would have had that, bro. Great game, though. My opinion, how you doing?
Yeah.
Going on, y'all? The legend live from the 215, aka the jungle. It's hot in the jungle today, y'all. What's going on? See my man Hallen in the building. Walaikum salam, Aki. Yeah, Slew. Good game though. Yeah, I ain't put nothing on nothing either, bro. I know how that go. How y'all doing today? Hope everybody having a good day. It's hot out here in Philly, yo. I know you hot over there too, Miss T. Pre. I like the heat though. I love the heat. Like I'm one of them niggas who love the heat. I be out there in the heat. I don't mind the heat. Tropical, that tropical type, So yeah, right. I've been floating around over there in the Vegas sector, right? Trying to get me some, info on, the situation with y'all familiar with the situation with the two YouTubers who got into a beef on YouTube and it spilled out into real life, and a guy wound up unaliving a husband and wife. Yeah, on live, on in Vegas on the strip at the Bellagio. Imagine that. So me being over there, mainly listening to both sides. I was in the first I checked in with the the shooter, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean to laugh, yo, when I say, but I checked in with the shooter first. So I went over to the Sin City family. That's Manny. Sin City Manny got his gang was called the Sin City family. Now, boy, I was looking into like, okay, what was his activities like outside of YouTube? You know what I mean? And also, what type of mind state was my man Lil, you know what I'm saying? Was he on that type of time that he wasn't ticking all the way? So I found like, Boy was cool. He was stable-minded, and he was a professional YouTuber. His whole life was dedicated to YouTube. And I'm gonna stop right there, right? Because I found that as a problem. I get it. He lived in Vegas, and people make money on the strip like he did performing. But like, I don't know if he had children. I know his wife, she was a part of his family and whatnot, and all they would do was YouTube. Now, there were people in the Sin City family, one guy named Nick in particular, very close friend of Manny and his wife. He said he was giving Manny over $1,000 a month, him along with other supporters of the channel, but getting back to, being the shooter and what was going on outside his life, nothing but YouTube. So he was mainly focused on YouTube. His every waking day and moment was live streaming, videos, uploads, shorts, and things like that. Nothing but YouTube in his life. Now, I go over there, and he also had, now it's a guy. His name is D Ware. He was an ex backup football player, played for a few different professional teams, retired, had a couple dollars. He was a part of the Sin City family at one time, a big support. You know what I'm saying? And Manny, no, Finney and his wife Bubbly were also a part of that group. Yeah, man. In the AC waiting for the storm. It's going to be a storm? Come on, T-Pre. We had storms all last week. But yeah, Finney and his wife Bubbly, they were also once upon a time a part of Manny and the Sin City family. I don't know what happened. I couldn't get into what happened, but they've been when they left the channel, that's when the beef ensued. And a lot of people, like the main supporter, which was the guy D Ware, he went over to Finney's channel. and they started, with the the back and forth, how they doing YouTube. But Manny, he didn't, when he started, but Manny was losing money. Hey, what's going on, Kerry? Manny started losing money, and that was affecting him, because that's what he did. And then as these people channel started to grow, they started taking trips to Vegas, not going on the strip where Manny was at, but they would go and hang out on the outskirts, but going live and letting people know they were there, just to agitate the man and his wife. Then they started, with the body shaming on his wife, because, you see Bubbly, she's a petite looking woman, and Finney, he's a big guy, and Manny, he's short, and, and his wife, they got the Mexican shapes or whatever. So they said that they harassed his wife about her chin until the point where she had to go and went and got plastic surgery on her double chin, and then it got to the children. They started calling this children, what the lady say, mentally delayed. That's what they was calling them. Like the Mexican shapes, Carrie, you know that shit. I don't know, you might not know. But yeah, they got their own shape. But so they over there, they going to Vegas, they agitating, their page is growing, the supporters are leaving Manny, he's losing money, they body shaming his wife, they're calling his children all kinds of names, and he just gets kind of fed up. And one of his friends, his YouTube friends, because either one of these people, even Finney and his wife Bubbly, because I'm like, okay, where y'all people's at? Like outside of YouTube, like y'all ain't got all y'all doing. Y'all got kids. I understand y'all daily, but they was spending between 12 and 16 hours on YouTube. The white man, what's up, the white man? So the people that go pew pew were body shaming and talking about people's children. Yeah. That's what they were doing, bro. So they started going to Vegas on the strip. And now this is what messed me up, right? 2 years this is going on online, right? So now they decide to go on the strip because the page is growing. It's content, but this man, he told them like, yo, I'm not playing with y'all no more. Leave my wife alone, leave my children alone. Like I'm not playing, you know what I mean? This is affecting my real life, you know what I'm saying? And I could see that because all he ever did was YouTube. But you got another couple over here, they spending between 14 to 16 hours on YouTube. Too big, salute, bro. They spending all this time on YouTube just to harass this man because it's getting them clicks, views, and money. And YouTube is a drug. It's addictive. People think they become famous. They think they are somebody. I mean, everybody's somebody. No, they not. Fuck that. But yeah, so these people, agitation and harassment begin to escalate to the point where Bubbly, the man's wife, thought it was appropriate for her to approach Manny one day on the strip while he's working. He's a clown. He does his act on the strip. She goes and approaches him. Now, the thing that messed me up about that situation was the football player guy was there, D. Ware, and her husband was there. It's alleged that D. Ware asked the husband, yo, you want me to go get her because she a little drunk? And the boss said, no, that's her. Leave her alone. So the confrontation got to the point where she hit that man with whatever she had in her hand. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. What's up, bro? I'm doing a live right now. Yeah. So hit me back. Yeah. That's cool. All right. Walaikum salam. Yeah. Um. So now they going back and forth to Vegas. She and the man face, her husband and his partner standing there. You know what I'm saying? So when her husband stepped up, right? After they got into the little scuffle or whatever, when her husband did step up, he stepped right the fuck back because Manny had a bodyguard named Big D. Big D stepped up and backed down Finney. Manny bodyguard backed him down, and the Manny sprayed his wife in the face. Yeah. So right there, that told me like, yo, boy wasn't ready. He's not on that type time. He can't even protect his wife. He can't even protect himself. So they go to the hotel, and what he decides to do is take it to YouTube. I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'm gonna harass, try to humiliate, and saw. I'm gonna do every low down thing I can on YouTube to this man. But I could not handle the situation when I was in his face before he sprayed my wife. I couldn't get past his bodyguard. That's 3 men there. They should have been able to either, because my wife would have never got sprayed. They should have been able to work it out right there. Hey, listen, we ain't going to be doing this back and forth on YouTube. Or somebody should have got beat up with the hands because nobody was strizzied. You know what I'm saying? And that would have left it alone. Or maybe not. It depends on how bad a nigga got beat. Okay, y'all want to go back home. Hey, Miss Carla Martin, y'all want to go back home and start a YouTube beef when y'all couldn't handle the real thing that happened in the street. Y'all want to continue the beef on YouTube. And the man is the people, because the people that over there in that sector, they say you can almost see he was breaking down. He was losing it. And he began to look for them when they came back. Yeah, and tell them, I'm looking for y'all. Boy, no, he not built like that. You not even built the block pepper spray. The man telling you, I'm what I'm going to do to y'all. What is possibly could happen to y'all in real life. I already pepper sprayed your wife. That wasn't enough. You still want to go on YouTube and try to agitate me, my family, my child, and all that. Cool. They come back to Vegas. You know, she's bubbly. You know, she out there. She dancing and drinking and, you know, doing her thing. And, you know, big man, he over there in the cut. You know, he talking crazy, still talking crazy. Bull walk right past him. The bull walks right past him. Near one of them recognized him. They've been arguing with this man online for 2 years. This man done pepper sprayed your wife. You throwing his pictures up. You throwing his children's pictures up. You doing all kind of shit. CPS call, the man losing thousands of dollars, and y'all let him walk right by y'all after he went online and told y'all that he been looking for y'all damn near all day. I mean, is it that y'all were so engulfed in this unrealistic space called YouTube that y'all didn't think that a person would actually unalive you in public in front of everybody? They didn't think like that, especially her husband, because when Boy walked back around, all he could do was, and all you heard was the shots ring out. And the first thing she do is run to the phone. And y'all remember her last words, are you effing kidding me? Yeah. All because unstable minded mom, because your mind gotta be a little fucked up if you spending your majority of your time online harassing motherfuckers that's really not bothering you. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a miserable individual hiding it on YouTube. Y'all got kids, y'all husband and wife. It's summertime. It was about to be summertime. Y'all out in Vegas, taking, obviously y'all have a little bit of paper, or was it from the donators on the channel to keep the shit going? The instigators, like the guy D Ware, all the people sending the money. They weren't sending it the money to help him, because he wasn't trying to start no business or nothing. They were sending him the money to help agitate and instigate. They sending in copyright strikes to YouTube. And me personally, I believe that the children, somebody need to get the children together, a lawyer together, and YouTube, Google, whoever run this shit needs to be held liable for playing a part in this. They need to be held liable, because somebody got to compensate for the children's loss, because both families lost children. Both families lost children. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? These spaces that we frequent, there's parallels to that same situation. You know, we have people who think, are under the assumption that can't nothing happen to them. I don't get the CPS calling the old boy. That was fronting like he one of us. Yeah. It be doing that. They do that a lot. It happens. It happens, bro. I don't condone it, but I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it personally. You know what I'm saying? YouTube don't give a fuck, most especially about me. In fact, Carl, but you know what? I don't see it going on in the other spaces. I've been in a few other ethnic spaces, you know what I'm saying? And they don't get down like that. They don't be getting, it ain't that, you know. When you let's talk about, because y'all know I always be looking like, trying to figure out, like, is a person crazy? Definitely, Carla. Are you mentally ill? And we have had a lot of these mentally ill people come on here, tell you they're sick and do the things that sick people do. But we don't think it will go outside of this. Yeah, they do that a lot in them other sectors, bro. It's all, anything goes. And that's why I'm saying, like, this is not going to be the last incident of a Manny and Finney. This is just a preview of what's going to come. This is just a preview. If YouTube don't step in, if I'm telling y'all, like I told y'all years ago, that they're not going to be satisfied till somebody gets unalived on YouTube. I've been said that. They're not going to be satisfied, because most of the people that indulge with that kind of stuff, they don't know about that kind of life. So they think it's all fun and games and YouTube shit until they wind up with a person like Manny on their back. And it didn't even have to go there. It didn't have to go there. But this YouTube thing gives people a false sense of something, man. And they really think they doing something, man. You know, that's why I say, like, the mental has to be very, very strong to deal with unstable individuals. If you're not mentally strong, you can be mentally stable and still, lose it messing with an unstable individual. Y'all following me? You can be stable, and an unstable minded individual can throw you off. So you have to be like, let me give you an example. Let me give y'all a story, right? When I was locked up, I caught a a little beef with inside the jail. I got a 90-day hole in special housing unit. I got caught with some gambling paraphernalia and excessive amount of cigarettes. Boom. So I go on the hole for 90 days. Now it's winter time. The hole's 23-1. I'm in there for 90 ball, and it's rowdy in there. So one night, and being as though it's winter, one thing about the hole, they always keep the air on in there. It's always cold in there. Summer, winter, it's always cold. So they rowdy in the hole one night, and the guards come by and just they just turn the water hose on and wet everybody's cell up, man. I heard dudes crying because it was so cold. It was cold. It was freezing. And I started laughing and doing push-ups and shit in the puddles of water, and because they was trying to break my mental. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to a person's mental and have them as flustered as the individual that they dealing with, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I turned it around. And that's how I kind of like built and I wasn't a grown man then either. I was still a young man. I was in my 20s. I was in my early 20s, like 22. And like it was grown men in there crying and shit because they were so cold and bitching and all that kind of stuff. I refuse to give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. I wasn't going to do it. I seen a dude next door to me ask me, "Yo, bro, what it mean when your teeth start sweating?" Young boy went crazy in there. He wound up playing with shit and all that. But I'm just going to say how unstable individuals are. And we got a lot of them here on YouTube. And they don't believe that things in real life can happen to them because most of their human time is spent in front of a computer. Like, I got too many friends. That's why, like, Manny, all his friends were people that he met off of YouTube. I got friends that I can call and say, "Yo, I'm having this, that, and that type of issue." And they ain't gonna let me, ain't nobody gonna let me crash out like Manny did, because Manny crashed out. I got too many people in real life. That's why I'm telling y'all, a lot of these people, they tell you they married, they got wives, they got children, they got this, they got that. How is it possible when they don't care enough about you to tell you you're going down a wrong path after seeing what happened to Finney and his wife? You have nobody in your life to tell you fucking with the wrong people or you shouldn't be fucking with people at all. Yeah, the hole can break. Yeah, exactly, Car. It could break you or it'll build you. Absolutely. I got all my strength from the hole. You know what I'm saying? All of it. So like when you dealing with certain type of individuals, you got to deal with them in a different type of way. And like I said, this situation is going to escalate. We're going to see more people getting hurt. We're going to see more people getting unalived due to the activities on YouTube because YouTube won't step in and people won't deal with their real issues in life. Like, nobody's going to come on here. These people that talk with the reckless tongues and they'll do this and they'll do that. None of them would do that to a person in real time, because if they would have already have done it before and they would already know what the consequence. But they could come on here and do it. A lot of people never recovered from the pandemic. Oh, man, there's still a lot of social isolation on you. Absolutely, bro. Like, some people were sent to YouTube to learn how to socialize. A lot of therapists during COVID sent a lot of people to YouTube because they was bugging out in the crib. They snapping out on their wives and children. So their therapist sent them here and they became something else. They became whatever they most despised, because that's easy to do on YouTube. You can become what you most despise and what's really in you. They say you don't know a person until he gets some money. You know that saying, you know what I mean? That's the same way with this YouTube shit. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're dealing with until they get a few clicks and views, a taste of, and the bar is low, a taste of 4, 15, 20, and they think they've accomplished in something on YouTube. Nah, what you are accomplishing is possibly getting your family hurt. Like, everybody is not as, hey, Angel Fool, how you doing today? Peace to you. Everybody is not as, I ain't gonna say the boy was stupid. He just overreacted and, you know, is manny. Some people are calculated in how they do things. Some people won't even target the target that's the person that's targeting them. Some people will target people close to you that have nothing to do with anything you're doing on YouTube. You people be on here barely able to protect yourselves, let alone protect your family that might live in a totally different state because y'all love doxing people. And people like, Sal, salute, bro. Good to see you in the building. Hey, Hood. People, how can I say this? People fuck with people on here. Like, people actually like, yo, I fuck with you, man, and what's going on ain't cool. I ain't give you this. And you don't want to make it that type of situation, you know. But best be known that as much as information and addresses that people got on one another, especially me, I have no problem with anybody having my address or nothing. None of that. I have no problems with none of that. But best believe, I hope nobody else has a problem with it. I hope nobody else has a problem with it either. I hope nobody has a problem with the fact that somebody might know where your aunt lives at. I have no problems with that. I have no problem with the fact that people will know where your cousins live at. I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't react the same way as Manny. Some people, I'm going to give y'all another story. These two brothers doing a little thing, but they was working men. You know what I mean? They used to get up to go to work about 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? They live together, nice spot. You know, they worked though. They worked for the water department. Main man slept up under the car. And when they came out the house 4 in the morning, he left them both there. Like, people take threats and harassment totally different. You see what Manny did? He had no regards for his children. He had no regards for anybody else's children, no regards for the people on the strip. I'm going to hurt this man. And if you're not willing to be hurt, I suggest that you leave the agitating the people and instigating. Just do, if you got content, because do your content. Keeper, how you doing, Keeper? Do your content on what you consider to be content. You know what I'm saying? But don't harass a person's family, especially if they're not bothering you. Those are the ones that catch it, you know. And like, people always think that, this person done something to me, I have to retaliate. And me, a reformed crash out who loves to retaliate. I know better. You know what I'm saying? I know better. And there's too many people around me to advise me on, you know, yo, that's not the right choice. That, you know what I mean? I have like other responsibilities outside of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is not here to solidify you as a man. I'm talking to men. It's not here for that. If you wasn't a man when you came on here, I don't care how many clicks and views you get. You won't be a man when you turn it off. You're going to be that same miserable, jealous man. Not even man, male, who's always trying to make yourself seem better than the next man. Wasting your time doing all that, that means you ain't got much going on for real. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a lot going on. Like, you niggas can't tell me that a consistent family man, you know what I'm saying, is able to do what Finney and Manny were doing. Able to do what a lot of people we see in this space doing. You can't tell me that you have a life outside of YouTube. You go to sleep posting about people. You wake up posting about people. All through the day, you're posting about other people. But your life is so magnificent. You got so much money. You got beautiful wives, and you travel all over the world, and y'all doing all that. But y'all steady chasing a bum from Philly who ain't got nothing but a bunch of fly sneakers and watches that's laid all out on the pavement because he ain't got nowhere to put them. Why would y'all waste your time on a nigga that's beneath you? If you're so above me, I shouldn't be in your system. But that's not how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's not, I move the needle in a nigga head because I'm just me. You know what I mean? I'm just me. I ain't got a front for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I could go outside. Me that ostrich. You try to say it was legal though. What's the other one? What was that? I forgot the other skin. Yeah, but yo, constantly, you know what I mean, pointing out, you know, I ain't even gonna say pointing out no more, because these days at times it's like nigga looking in the mirror talking to himself but using your name. Yeah, man, he got two bodies. Yeah, he got two. And check it out. I'm not trying to say nothing. You know what I'm saying, but I know people who will unalive people. I know those kind of people. You know what I mean? But those what is it? I really know those people. Queen Soul, what's up, Queen Soul? I know those kind of people. I know that there are people that have no problem knocking on a motherfucking door and beating the bullshit out of them with a baseball bat or something, catching an aggravated assault. And, you know, I deal with a lot of people who I don't run around with a bunch of crooks and criminals. I don't run around with that type of people. I got my motion to there. I've been that guy. So I don't want that kind of, because I try to do other things. When you've been doing certain type of things all your life, you got to switch over sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I be out here now, like I just got a $250 check from ShopRite for the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out here trying to make some motion for because our youth is what's fucked up because of parenting. Look at the most of the male parents on here that's involved in that bullshit. Most of them don't take care of their kids. Most of them don't have their kids. Most of they are ashamed of what they, you know, it's a lot of projection and hurt going on in these men, and they won't face their own shit. You feel me? Niggas scared their faces out. I lived with the devil for a minute. I lived with him for about 15 years. So, man, I'm good. I ain't scared of him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't have that kind of fear, you know? I don't have that kind of fear of being who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? They come on here and are scared to death for you to find out their real selves. So they will keep projecting bullshit on the next motherfucker But if you're smart, you know they only talking about their goddamn self, man. Like, and I don't know why certain individuals even deal with certain individuals when they're not even from the same cloth. Like, I'm here to tell a story to, people who might not know about, laws, federal laws, state laws, might not know about what happens for real when you're in them federal penitentiaries, them state penitentiaries. Because I was in a county prison that was more violent than a lot of the state institutions at one time. You know what I'm saying? So I know the level of violence that can happen. You know what I'm saying? And I know the breaking point for a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that we're dealing with here on YouTube, they're not men. They're not men. A lot of them are sexually frustrated due to maybe not the lack of sex, the lack of understanding their own sexuality. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something that's what's the word? It's a whole lot of it going on in the black community with the black males. Erectile dysfunction. That's something due to the fact that a lot of black males suffer from high blood pressure. They don't eat right. And, penile erection is all about the blood flow. You know what I'm saying? And that is a very indicative part of a man's security. When a man lacks stamina, his insecurities are astronomical. You know what I'm saying? Because he's really, what they call him, a eunuch. He's really useless as far as with a woman. And he knows this because that's all he's, males think that just having a whole lot of sex makes them a man. You know what I mean? That's why you have a lot of these niggas running around when they were coming up, 3, 4, 5 venereal disease, all kind of venereal disease. And that's another thing that promotes erectile dysfunction in men, venereal diseases. So if you have several venereal diseases in your life, and you suffer from those things, you run around taking Cialises and Viagra's, that stopped working too. That stopped work, or it's going to give you a heart attack, because a lot of they spend too much time on YouTube to be in any kind of physical shape. I'm 60 years old. I have yet to have a medication in my pill cabinet. You know what I'm saying? That I've been prescribed by a doctor, because I don't have any ailments like that. I got them ailments like my knuckles been broke, my ankle been broke, my nose been broke, like those kind of, and sports. And I got a lot of sports injuries. But far as physically, for my age, I don't take no high blood pressure meds. I don't take no kidney, no liver meds, no nothing. I just drink a whole lot of beet juice and eat beets and natural foods, and I put fruit in my water, and I eat the pills and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because health is always going to be better. And as long as I'm healthy, I'm going to be able to be, get money. You know what I'm saying? Can't live off Mickey D's and chicken. Hell no, especially not a black man who already ain't in no shape. Elijah Muhammad said that a lot of violence in the community come from the poor diet. What's the word? That adds to it. Yes, that could add, because you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So if you're eating vile, you know what I'm saying? If you're watching vile, you're going to start spitting vile. You're going to start living vile. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What kind of decent human being spits in their own home? A decent, only animals do that. Only savages act in that sort of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that we are taught early on in age. And then at a certain point, we know better. We know better. See, but like I always say, yo, a lot of these males over here suffer from arrested development. They haven't developed mentally and physically. Physically, yes, but mentally as men, they haven't reached that. That's why they, sad to say, they have their children be out of order. They have no, they don't care about having a relationship with their child. They don't care about certain things. They don't care about their mother. They don't care. So how could you expect them to care about anything that you're doing or saying? Porn is self-destructive. Porn is when you get weak. You can become a weak. I've seen people addicted to porn in the penitentiary. Carla, they wouldn't come out they cell. Only time they come out they cell was to get another smut magazine. They spend most of their time in the cell. Yeah, it's very addictive. Most things that are not good for you are addictive. A lot of things that's not good for us becomes addictive. And a lot of us don't understand that we may have addictive personalities. Me, for one. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I can. I've always known this as a child. Like, yo, I can't do that because I always just, those type of instincts were embedded in me as a child. That's why I've never been strung out on drugs. Never been strung out on drugs because I know my behavior. You know, I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know them. That's why you got to know yourself. You got to know who you are before you can even attempt to speak on another person. It was a time when if you told a lie and you couldn't get two witnesses to back your truth up, I can unalive you. I could unalive you. We do, but people don't live by a simple code of morals. You know what I mean? Like, my wife turned into the goddamn she, you know, the people that get on, tie themselves to the tree because they was gonna cut the where they had the farm where they got the fruit at. They was gonna cement that shit. Her and the other ladies, they over there like almost protesting. That's why we able to just get fruit. You know what I mean? Because they'll take everything from you that's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a minute, y'all. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right, cool. Hit me in the morning. I'll take care of that for you. All right, salam alaikum. Y'all know I'm like, yo, I would tell you I got a nephew, right? And he like he's what they call the imam. If y'all know what an imam is, he's like the leader of Islamic community. Young boy, about 37. He young boy. You know what I'm saying? But he when it's crazy because when he was in Saudi Arabia studying, he went to the University of Medina. I went with him for a while. I was like his, I was with him, make sure he was good over there for a while. But now that he's back and he has his degree and he's the imam now, he has one of the biggest masjids in South Philadelphia, right? So it just messes me up how sometimes he calls me for advice. And I'll be like, wow, this kid's so knowledgeable. He speaks fluent Arabic. He can read the Quran backwards and forward in English and Arabic. He's the person who everybody in the community goes to for advice and this and that. But when he needs advice, he comes to me. I got another young cat who he grew up with my nephew. He's maybe he's one of them ones, if y'all know what I mean when I say that. He one of them ones out here. Anytime he has a situation, he calls, Unc, I need to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it just messes me up, but I understand that that's how I always been. So if me and you ever had a friendship, most of my friends, they come to me and ask me for advice. Most of my friends, They tell me the intimate secrets. I'm saying that to say, if a nigga ever fuck with me, I know everything about him because he told me, because he felt that comfortable knowing that I'm a stand-up dude, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it is with me in real time. That's just my nature. So with that being said, like, a nigga can't tell you nothing about me because I'm not the talker. I'm the listener. I'm known for having an ear for people and being able to, sort shit out. That's what I do. You know what I mean? That's how I've been able to last so long doing what I do. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, shit like that. I'm able to do that because most of the people who are in certain type of activities out in these streets, they look to me for advice and, direction and shit like that, and that comes with having associations, being outside in real life, dealing with pressure in real life, because there's no pressure on YouTube when you niggas on here talking shit. None at all. Y'all niggas either going backwards or y'all stuck. No forward progress. Stagnation. Stagnation is one of the worst things for a black man. We cannot be stagnated. Most black men have so much creativity in them. They can turn anything into anything, man. Like, these niggas be talking about jobs and having jobs. If you're an able-bodied man and you don't know how to hustle, go get you a job. There's nothing wrong with having a job. Some people have to have jobs due to they might be on paperwork and shit like that. But I come from a program. I was programmed to do for self. I come from that era. So I'm the type of nigga who, I take a 401k and buy a brick and some pounds. You know what I'm saying? Because a job ain't nothing but work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also the type of nigga that I ain't going to be doing I'm not a strenuous type of worker. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me. You ain't going to see me cutting no grass, sitting on no lawnmowers and all that kind of shit. I'm too above that at this age. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually at a point where I don't worry about jobs and working. You know what I'm saying? I've been a part of a company that was established in the 70s. This company was doing security for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad when he came to town. These were some of Jeremiah Shabazz top men. When people came to Philadelphia, they used my uncle's security company, which is still in progress today. I've been running that shit since 2000 when I came home from prison. Like, I come from something different from you guys. I'm not like you guys. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we have in common is an apparatus. Other than that, we are totally different. You know what I'm saying? I come from doing things for self. I come from respect. You know what I mean? I come from a moral compass. I was raised well. I chose to do everything I did with a conscience, knowing the penalties and consequences, because I've always stood on man time, just ahead of my time. You people never stood and seen your friend get killed. You see your friend get killed over there while you standing on the other side of the street, huh? You see your homie get killed and you in the car, you driving in the car and your homie in the back seat, he got hit up. Y'all live that life? I don't think so. It's not glamorous. I'm not glorifying it, but don't talk like you about that life. Because when somebody runs up on you for your YouTube actions, listen, I'm going to tell you, me, myself, knowing that this situation, the Manny Finney situation could always happen. I was just waiting for it to happen. I thought it was going to happen over here. It could have happened over here. It can happen over here. I'm going to say that. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because if anybody was to come to Philadelphia and go live like Manny and his wife, I would have something done to him. I wouldn't do it, but I'm letting the whole YouTube world know. If Any of them people was to come to Philadelphia that got a prop that think they got a problem with me and was to go live, I wouldn't have them unalived. But when they leave, they probably wish they was. Now, for me, if I ever come to your city and go live, best believe I'm there in good hands, and you ain't gonna be nothing to me. Nothing to me. I've been making moves since I was in the streets for over, I ain't even gonna say, because y'all know how old I am, and I'm still here. I've been convicted of every crime besides a child, anything with a child, and anything to do with taking anything from a woman and hurting old people. The rest of them, you can check me at. I ain't proud of none of that shit, but it's made me who I am, a real man who stand on real man business, who doesn't need to be solidified by YouTube. You know, I'm not here to garner friendships. I'm here to garner like people that you can build with. They might have something going on that could help me do something, or I might got something going on that could help them. And that's what I was led to believe was going on in these type of spaces. I was definitely wrong in the approach I took when I first came on YouTube. I definitely scattered, you know. Yeah. But with that being said, there's nothing that I said that I wouldn't do, nothing that I don't stand on. Stand on everything, you know, and I just keep it pushing, you know what I'm saying? And as an adult, if I ain't put no blood in your mouth, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fuck your bitch, you know. I ain't do nothing to violate your children, your minor children. It shouldn't be that bad. But if it is that bad, I would hope that you understand that what Manny did, you know, I've been doing that. Been doing that. Yeah. It's on my jacket. I can't deny it. I did it. And people love people out here, man. People have a certain type of, I see, it's hard to explain that because I know a lot of them individuals don't know what that kind of love is, man. Motherfucker be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Well, your peoples love you, man. They don't want to see you, you know, they don't want to see you in no type situation. So they might say, you know what? Let me handle that for you. You know what I mean? Let me take care of that for you, you know? But I love my people so much, I would never allow them to jeopardize their freedom or their lives fucking with some parasites on YouTube. Parasites, because that's what I see them as. A bunch of parasites, low-level individuals, low vibrational, you know, borderline schizophrenic individuals, yo. They borderline. You know, that's how come my man lost it so quick. Do y'all think that's justifiable, what he did? Do anybody think that what Sin City Manny did was justifiable? Because, like, you know, coming from where I come from, if it was in real time, if it was me, I would not have handled the situation like that. You know what I mean? He didn't have to, you know, because obviously big man Finney, he wasn't about no physical altercation. You know, he wasn't about that. So, like, that was my thing, like that, because, you know, you do things that's necessary. You know what I mean? If you got a bat, I get a bat. If you got a knife, I can get a knife. You get a gun, then I get a gun. But if you ain't got no gun, then I don't need no gun. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? And I think that even if he was, he was smaller than Manny. I mean Finney. I would have pistol whipped him. I'd have pistol whipped him. I wouldn't have shot him. I would have just pistol whipped him and let his wife get that on live. And that's nothing but an aggravated assault, and he might get a weapons charge if it wasn't registered and legal. You know what I'm saying? So is it justified him doing something? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would have done the same thing, but I'd have beat you down. You know what I'm saying? I'd have beat you down. I probably have punched your wife in the mouth too, knocked her teeth out. You know what I'm saying? For all the harassment and humiliation, y'all, I'll punch Lynn dead in the mouth. Boom, knock that bitch out. You know what I'm saying? And kept it pushing. Got locked up, get bailed out, and that would have been that. But I don't think I would have shot him. I know I wouldn't have shot him. I know that for a fact I wouldn't have shot him. Nope. I wouldn't even shoot nobody if they came messing with me in my city. I beat them up. I ain't gotta shoot these niggas. These niggas on YouTube, they can't fight. They not saying they can't fight, but they're not in enough shape to beat me. They ain't in enough shape. They not, yeah. And I do that. I do that for real. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you can't just come here bothering me. You can't. Yeah, I have 100 bald heads and beards on your ass, man. Like, we different. We're not. It's not the same, yo. So I'm just saying, like, don't become the next Finney and Bubbly. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, don't become the next Finney and Bubbly. And if you are going to be the next Manny, don't unalive the people. Do them dirty. Just do them dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? Do them dirty. Nah, he's finished now. Man, he was foolish. Yeah, he done. He done, Carla. He done. He overreacted. He overreacted. But I understand, though. I understand. Some people not going for that. Like, some people not. Yeah. I'm gonna put you out. You out of here. Out of here. You're out of here. I don't see how witnessing two people get unalived on YouTube for doing the same thing that you might be doing. I don't see how that's a joke. I don't see it. If I was on here agitating and just harassing somebody, like that, if I was doing that, then I would understand if a person wanted to run down on me and do all of that. And I would obviously I would be built for that. That's what I want. If I'm doing, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? That would be what I want. That man didn't want that. He talked it online like he wanted it. Because it was 2 times that it could have went fist to cuff. When they first went to Vegas and she got pepper sprayed, y'all could have rolled on him. You had Big D Ware with you. It was you. You were 6'5". You were D Ware, you're a big 6 foot something inch. You know what I'm saying? But Manny, he had a bigger guy with him. His bodyguard was about huge. He's a big 6'7" maybe guy, and backed both of them niggas down. And Manny went over there and sprayed that nigga wife in her face with some pepper spray. Oh, Finney was a big old teddy bear. Bubbly was the outgoing one. So did Bubbly get her husband killed, or did Finney get his wife killed? I don't know this gang connections, but it's Fully waggish. Fully waggish. Gang. We don't do. I got familiar with gang culture while I was incarcerated. Carla. It wasn't. They don't in Philadelphia. It's not really gangs. It's like you don't really have gangs in Philadelphia like Bloods, and it's starting to elevate now in the 25. But back when it wasn't gang like that. It was you in your neighborhood. You know, you just stick with the guys in your neighborhood. She definitely got him killed, but he shouldn't have let her lead him into that. I think he got her smoked, Carrie. He's supposed to have been the protector. She wasn't supposed to be guiding him. He was supposed to tell her, like, yo, and knock dude's top off real quick. Or at least got into a scuffle. Or he said, listen, do you want me to go over there and get your wife? No, she's all right. So she should have left that man alone. The little cruise. I don't know about that. Philly, I don't know about little cruise. We don't have those either, Carrie Ann. we have the Black Mafia. We have the Junior Black Mafia. We have like structured organizations. These things that they have today that's out there, that's not that's not Philly. You know, you gotta be I'm a native from the inception of a lot of this things that's going on in these streets out here. That's why I believe I'm can get in the communities, and at least in mine, because everybody respect me there, and fix some shit. He wasn't a fighter, and he married a loudmouth. True indeed. True indeed. True indeed. True indeed. I claimed blood when I got locked up so I could keep. Hey, he said I claim blood so I keep my terms. Yo, real bloods. I met bloods in the feds. You know, the bloods, they got their own thing going. Everybody got their own thing going. You know, I ain't really fuck with bloods and stuff like that. And a few of them because a few of them bloods, they were also Muslim, so they would be in my community and shit. Because you know, I'm either rolling with the Philly car or the Muslim car. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of bloods it might have been, and we got tight. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I met a lot of thorough niggas that was blood. I met a lot of niggas that was Crips too. I met a little bit of everybody, man. You know what I mean? A little bit of everybody. Like, I know that a lot of people probably thought that I had a different agenda, you know, and even my wife, you know what I mean? Because she didn't know what I was going to do on here. She thought I was going, because she been telling me what's going on, and they've been doing lives about me and all that shit. She been telling me and shit. And I'm just I be trying to explain to her that, like, she know, you know me, like you know what I'm saying, you know me, you know what I'm saying, like they not, I'm not trying to be arrogant or say I'm this or that, but these niggas is not worth my time on YouTube. I get no satisfaction out of talking about nobody. Manny and Finney have more clout than them. So I'd rather talk about them. Like, I don't have, like, yo, content for me is not talking about people that I've run across in the sector, no matter what they may do or say about me. That's their content. And if you like it, then like it. You know what I'm saying? Let them do them. I'm gonna let you do you. Y'all on YouTube doing it. But we can go back. Don't be the next Finny and Bubbly while you're doing what you're doing, creating your content. A lot of people come back and get replays. I send my videos to, certain folks and shit because I want them to know what's going on. You know what I mean? And on here and shit. You know what I'm saying? And most of the people can't get into it. They can't understand how I'm into it. Like, yo, bro, how you do that, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause man, I can't do that. I've been pulled up on that nigga, blew his house down, big, South, you know what I mean? And I get it, and he ain't lying. Yeah. See, that's why I don't really want to indulge with people that's not, even secure in their own manhood. You gotta be a real man to step to me. You can't do it on the internet. You can't do it on, if you feel some type of way about me, because I'm Freddy Krueger. I'll keep your ass up all night. I'm the Black Freddy Krueger. I have your ass not be able to sleep because you think I'm coming for you. You see how goofy these niggas be? The shit they say out their mouth, but dig the psyche to it. Dig the psyche to it. These motherfuckers can't get me out their fucking heads, yo. I did something to them that's irreversible in their head. No, that's not how it is. These guys are the type of guys who need to be surrounded by like individual. They always need another man to hold their hand or tell them, yeah, you the one, you do that, you did good. They need somebody like that, especially if you can get dudes who are kind of sort of like thirsty, you know what I'm saying? Thirsty for women. Any old raggedy cock bitch can come on there and tell them that they're great. Hey, Redbone, Turned Up TV, anybody, any goofy ass bitch can come on and tell them, you're doing great, you're this and you're that. And they'll believe them because they're thirsty, low-life type niggas. We talking about people who's portraying to be therapists, psychotic therapists on YouTube, hollering and screaming at the top of their lungs because they done doxed somebody information and want somebody to respect. You're a parasite. That's a low-level individual that humans need to be fed whatever it is they crave. If you're a motherfucker that craves negativity, you will do anything to get it. If you're a motherfucker who craves attention, it doesn't matter what kind of attention it is. You will die for that attention. And you can see some of these niggas ready to crash out for attention. Leeches, keeper, leeches. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, once you recognize that shit, you gotta stop feeding them. Don't feed the animals. The sign at the zoo. Don't feed the animals. They crave off it. You and every word you say to them, whether it's negative or positive, is a form of validation for them because nobody says nothing to them in society in real time. They're not recognized when they go to the supermarket. Nobody speaks to them. They probably walk with their heads down. They shuffle to and fro. They don't step out here. It's impossible. They don't have even a child that has enough sense to tell them, yo, what you doing? You sound crazy on here. They don't have a woman to tell them, yo, You can't be saying that. And I know you. You look like you come online looking like you stink, trying to impress other men. It's just a lot of, hypocrisy, and like, I can't stand a person who portrays to be a righteous individual and has just such a vulgar, trifling inside. Like, you can smile and laugh and giggle and try to put on a front, but what's inside you is gonna always manifest, And then a man who's constantly argumentative, it got something to say with women. If it's not this woman, it's that. It's always a woman. I don't know when it became popular for men to be jealous of women. Women, how? How is that even? How is a man even able to rationalize that in his mind? A confused one. A confused man to rationalize a woman being jealous of him. And he's actually jealous because he's not her. That'd be wrong with these dudes. A lot of homosexual men, they will go hard on a woman because they hate her every presence. They hate it. They hate she sit down on the toilet and she be bleeding every month. They'll kill for that. That's why they talk to women in such vile manners. That's why it's so easy for them to be triggered by something a woman says. What type of man is always triggered by something a woman said? Huh? I will have a serious problem with my guy showing a man in his boxers every day. Hey, keeper. I've been trying to explain this for a minute. It's not about it's about, I think it's about looking at men just like, I don't get that. What woman would allow her man to have over 100 pictures of other men in his phone that he just pops out and describes every inch of that man? It's obviously that he looks at that picture when he's not online. He thinks about that. He called me the Black Freddy Krueger. What does that tell y'all? He tells you, one, he's scared to die, and he think I might do it. He's so scared he won't go to sleep thinking about me. But he'll waste his whole day showing me and my son took the picture. You got it off my minor son YouTube page. You was really following my minor son, but I ain't gonna get into all that. You. So what I supposed to do? Answer me this, somebody. Am I supposed to indulge in a what I supposed to do with this guy? Am I supposed to come on here and tell y'all what y'all already know he is? Am I supposed to come on here and tell y'all what y'all already know his wife is? Am I supposed to tell y'all about his kids? About his crackhead mother? What am I supposed to come on here and tell these people that they don't already know? Like, the lies change with me every year. I work, I don't work, I got a job, I got fired, I'm a bum, I'm in a shelter, I live with my sister, no, I live with my other girlfriend, no. See, the lies, these same truths are consistent with the crash outs. Yeah, the truths that I bring are consistent. I never waver from nothing that I said from day one about these motherfuckers. You know, so I can't with that. That's kind of like beneath me. Like niggas like that is like beneath me on my type of time. I'm gonna play it on I'm gonna keep it on my type of time. And that ain't YouTube. My type of time is in real life and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be a Manny and Finney situation with me. So if it ain't gonna be that, let me talk about those type of situations. Let me talk about some of the gangsters I know. Let me talk about, you know, how much money I used to get back in a kid when I used to sell a lot of crack. Let me tell my stories. It has nothing to do with farmers and truck drivers. We're not in the same lane. So it should be no reason why a reverend would want to be listening to me or saying anything. I don't listen to them. I don't, because they don't have anything informative, intellectual. It's just a bunch of ignorant, and I hate to say this, old people. No. And I'm gonna tell you, like, people don't y'all know that people are smarter than what y'all think? Like, even I know that if I got a therapist, or, you know, there's no way you could reach out to my therapist. No way in the world. You just spewing craziness. You can't do that's called it's laws to that. They wouldn't allow a person from Kansas City, Missouri to inquire about anybody in the state of Pennsylvania's medical history. Only way you could get anything on somebody's history unless you have some doxed information that y'all say other people stole from y'all. Let's get to that, you know. So with all this new information coming out, who's really the doxers and the social security bandits around here? I say that all the time. I don't fuck with you, them old niggas. Right? It's fucking crazy, Handler. These old niggas, man, make a nigga like me look bad, you know, but I don't categorize myself with these other niggas, man. You know, we come from something totally different. You know what I mean? Yo, that's all. It ain't going down like that. I'm not being a part of that, you know. So yeah, like people come on here and tell you they're gonna break the law and shit, and then when you tell them, yeah, this happened, you the liar, you're harassing me, you know. Leave people alone before you become a statistic. That's all. I'm just trying to say something that I've been preaching for a minute, man. I knew somebody was gonna get yomped on YouTube for the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I see how these niggas act, you know, and yeah, like it's tough guys all over the world. You know what I mean? It's monsters everywhere, every city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never claimed to be the toughest. I ain't by far, especially not in this city, but I'm one of the most well-respected that's been able to get me by. I'm well-respected. You know what I'm saying? So I know people will get busy in other cities and all that stuff, but it ain't none of you guys on you. Y'all not dumb. Y'all ain't none of y'all niggas on YouTube, them guys that I would have a issue with in real time. Y'all not dumb. We wouldn't even be in the same gas station. I wouldn't even go to the same gas station as you niggas. We definitely would be at the same eateries. I don't do drive-through unless I'm with the kids, and I hate that. I just came home, made my specialty, because I don't like eating French fries from places. I like to come home. I like to get me a bag of Idaho potatoes, slice them. I like to cut them in that nice, nice little line. You know what I mean? I try to put them in the deep fryer, but I don't like them like that. So I get my seeded pepper. I put some black pepper in there, some Caesar salt, a little bit of motherfucking garlic pepper, mix it up, and I put them in the deep fryer. Nice and crispy, man. Those processed French fries from them, I can't eat them. Rex, what's up, Rex from the bottom? What's going on, Rex? Good to see you in the building, brother. How you been? What's going on with you, Rex? Hey, Rex, let me ask you a question. How you feel about that gang that went down on YouTube with the ball from Vegas? How you feel about that? Has that made you think about the way you move on YouTube? I should drop the link for me. Rex, come up here real quick. If you got time. If you ain't got time, it's cool, but this Vegas. Yeah, it's hot as shit out here, bro. It's hot. You know what though? I fucks with the heat, man. I was just bitching the other day because it was raining and shit all last week. So I ain't crying about the heat, bro. I ain't crying. I ain't doing no crying. How you feel about that shooting in Vegas? You think the boy was justified in doing that, or you think he was wrong? I know the courts got sorted out and all that, but yeah, rain is definitely good for Dua. We love the rain. But it was too much for me, Hanlon. I was in my bag. Like I thought it was summertime, man. Where the sun at? Like, I was going through about that rain, man. Yeah, plus as dirty as this earth is, we always need that rain to cleanse it. And there's something about you know what I've noticed about a lot of rain, bro. When it rains a lot, man, funerals be just around the corner. And I'd be like, yo, it's just odd to me that a lot of funerals, right before the person got, it rained. And I was like, yo, I guess I don't know. I ain't gonna put no conspiracy on that, but yeah. What's up, Rex?
Old school, how you doing, brother?
All I'm maintaining, bro. Trying to stay out the way.
You know what I said in the chat? This Vegas weather out here, man.
Yeah, it's heated, bro. It's like,
Yeah,
man,
I mean, niggas sweating like crazy.
yo, I was on motherfucking top of the joint today. It was like 110 up on that joint.
Yeah, I just came in. I got a baldy, man. I like to let that shit sweat off the head. I got to go working tomorrow, so I'm like, yeah, I need to be sweating 5 in the morning. I need that shit right. Yo, do you know yesterday, right? I looked at it was like 120. I had woke up from a nap, so it was like 120 in the morning. I ain't had to work today. Yo, it was 88 degrees outside. I said, what the
Yeah,
hell is
bro.
88 in Philly for?
Yeah. Last night, I went outside last night. It was about 10 o'clock. It was almost 90-some degrees out. That's the man. I'm going back in the crib.
Yeah, that's that's the drink. You go outside, you getting a little cool breeze, smoke the blunt, whatever you might do, whatever. Yeah, you can't even get that right now. This is like the desert
I
out
be
here.
sweating too much, man. I be sweating. I be like, yo, I gotta change my clothes again. Like, I changed my clothes like 3 times yesterday. I can't keep doing that, man. It's too much. It's too hot.
Yeah,
Stay in the crib.
a crazy part, right? I was telling somebody that when I was younger, you get dressed summertime, you gotta go back at night. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that. Guess what? I'm just stay in the house until nighttime.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
you got your work clothes, Then you come out, you get off work, you change again. Then you might the sun go down. You know, you change. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I'd rather just chill. I take it, come out when the sun go all the way down. You know. So yeah, bro. Well, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that you know about the joint that happened in Vegas, right?
With the wife and the husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about it.
All right. So you think Boy was justified in that?
No, when you taking two people's lives, you're not justified, but I know he was a fool because I heard this. I don't know if it's true. He was a fool for doing it, but he turned himself in. The people's on camera. But from what I'm hearing, now, if you know more than me, let me know that they was battling for like a couple years. I heard he attacked the guy's wife on that same strip maybe a year before.
No, he didn't attack. She attacked him, actually.
Okay, see. Now, this is my problem with the husband. Now, like I said, the boy's still not justified for taking people live and shit over some YouTube. And I get it because I do go there sometimes with the nonsense.
Right. I was just about to say that because you know I know that it's been times where if a person would have came, you know, on your block or where you wanted to link, you done pulled up on a few people, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't in Philly. That was Rochester and once in Maryland.
But you was ready putting some work though, right?
Yeah, facts.
That's what I'm saying. So, and why was you ready to put that work in? Because of what was going on YouTube, right?
Yes, and like I said, the one boy, and like I said, I heard he passed away. I don't know if that's true or not. From Obegati, nigga named Wavy Cam. I don't know if he did, and hopefully he didn't. But I ain't saw him in a while. But they told me he did. But the nigga was talking about. But that's when I first got on here, so I'm kind of new to this.
Yeah,
and nigga talking about your daughter.
I get it.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had the same issue.
Saying crazy shit to me.
I didn't
like,
understand
what are you talking
that kind
to?
of crazy talk.
Yeah,
I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I wasn't never used to that level of disrespect from niggas. I never, you know what I'm saying? And
that's exactly what it was.
You know, so
I never heard somebody telling.
So I'm like, I would. I think he was justified in doing what he did. You know what I'm saying? Me personally.
Why you say that? Why you say that though?
Because of what they was, you never know how much a person can take. That's why you shouldn't bother people. You shouldn't fuck with people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So if you fucking with people, you might not be ready for what they give you back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying I felt like, he was justifiable on his capacity to the state that he was in.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't have took it that far, but I would have handled the business. Like I'd have beat him up out there.
The only thing I would say is, like I said, I don't disagree with you, but the only thing is I don't want to be the one to say shit like that because they always take it as Rex and Monster. Like I didn't heard that over the years, because when I first got on here, old school, right? They didn't know about feel like where I was telling them, I thought this was like normal. I'm like, I sold crack, I sold drugs to my sister. They're like, oh my God. I'm like, niggas sell crack to their mom down here. Like, what y'all niggas talking about? Like, because you think she gonna quit if I say I ain't gonna sell it to my sister? She about to go around the corner and get that shit.
Fact.
What you talking about? Yeah.
That's a fact.
I'm like, I sell that shit to my sister. I sold it to my sister. He's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh man, I didn't even know what type of people I was dealing with.
most black people got a addict in the family somewhere along the line. You know what I'm saying? But people act like they don't have them people in their family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they used to tell me, well, I wouldn't sell it to my family. But so where you think your family about to go? Go around there and go get that baked up where I got my thing where I'm throwing a quarter on every maybe ounce. So my shit is good.
When you first came on here, Rex, was you like harassing people and shit like that?
No, it was just niggas. I came on here. I was on that pro-black sector stuff. So like I said, I love black people, but I'm not on the pro-black type joint. But they started talking crazy, and then one boy named Taz. He from the pro-black joint. Well, he not even pro-black. That's like I don't call them fake pro-blacks, but it's not like the conscious community like Sarnetta and them people. There's like another joint with.
I seen dude over there on Sarnetta before. I seen him in
So one time nigga talking crazy.
Yeah,
So old
I heard,
school,
I
right?
heard him talk crazy.
I
I knew he
first get
talked
on
about
here,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
You know, this nigga from Ohio. He talking, he like, yeah, I'm gonna be
Oh
down there.
yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So I made a mistake. I will never make this mistake again. I had a 44 Anaconda. I said, this is what I'm gonna hit you with. This take limbs off.
Oh, so you done
Right.
flashed
So
on here?
but this was 2000, something like
Okay.
that. Yeah, I was an idiot. I was an idiot on that joint. I was an idiot because I'm thinking he ain't gonna do a video. He made a whole video on me, showing me, showing. I'm like, all right, I got how this go. I got how this go now. So I'd never do that again. But yeah, I was like, yeah, this take limbs off. But I wasn't playing with the boy. But we talked after like maybe a couple months later. I said, I'm gonna go my. He like, I'm gonna leave you alone, Rex, whatever. And like I never been doxxed on everything I told on here, so it was all me. Like I never been doxxed before.
They got me.
Never, not once.
They got a live going on with a picture of me and my motherfucking draws running around the last 3-4 years.
God damn.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
they doxed my child's YouTube page, and he had took a picture of me. I went through walking through the kitchen and shit, and he got a little glimpse of me in my underwear and shit. And they be flashing that joint on here. They done doxed the shit out of me, Rex.
Yeah, I heard. I remember you told me that before, and I just be like, I'm not cut from that cloth.
Guess what they haven't done?
Came and saw you.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah, I already know the answer. I'm just not cut from that cloth where I'd rather come see a guy before I'm gonna put his wife up. Cause I just saw guys put their wife on there, the children. Like, I don't even know how to look up people information. So I'm not even trying to.
Me personally, I don't have the time for all that. You know what I mean? I don't have
the time. That take time.
But if I need it, I know where to get it from. You know what I'm saying? So, like so that shit is nothing. You know what I mean?
I got like a 5-person list, but I'm not like I don't be sweating in people where I'm trying to find the information. I'll just tell people, if you get the nigga information, then whatever.
You know my saying, bro. Two mountains will never meet, but two men will.
Yep, facts. And like I said, one thing why I never started a lot of this, I don't bother people in real life, so I don't come here, and I don't understand. I expect the women to act up a little bit more on the internet, but I be seeing the men. I see the men on here acting like women.
They're not men; they're just males. They act far worse than the women. Cause
acting like boys.
Anytime you got a man like that's these men, the males they crazy on here. They crazy.
Like old school. Let me ask you a question, right? Like you know how a cookie cutter is when you cut out a cookie, like grandmom or mom, when they're cutting out the cookie to bake the cookies, all that nonsense, whatever. I ain't never do it, but I know how to cook a little, but I don't know how to bake. But I'm cut a certain way where it doesn't matter.
Hold up for a minute, relax. Let me read this.
Go. My fault.
Justified means good, legitimate reason. I can't say it was justified, but I'll say Finney and his wife kept poking at the underestimated ending in their own demise. I agree with that, Keeper, but you know, Keeper, that I be talking when I be talking, I be always like I don't put it on a civilian level. As far as when I say justify, I mean in the streets that would have been justifiable.
It's different in the streets. It's different,
Keeper. So I don't. I think he went too far. You know what I'm saying? But in the terms of coming from what I come from, and I would say that was all justifiable. It's just a tragic situation. And it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. But like you said, they underestimated. You know what I mean? And they kept poking at the bear. And what about their own demise?
And you still going live on YouTube. Now, I never been to neither one of their channels, but I heard it was.
No,
and let me say something.
Their page is down. They just
I'm talking about before that happened, though.
Oh, yeah, they was going crazy over there.
Yeah, I heard they was poking at the boy, and I'm like, why?
They was taking
you got a whole wife
too.
Yeah.
He had one.
And let me take that.
Hey, bro, he had one sub that was giving him $1,000 a month.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he deep into this. He
Yeah,
deep
and
into this joint.
he wasn't the only one. It was several of them. He had several supporters
Yeah,
that, you know what I'm saying? And they
yeah,
started going over to the other board channel.
yeah, yeah.
So
And
yeah,
I
man.
hate that. I hate that we live in America, but this is how we. I mean, when I say I hate, is America is one of the most money hungry countries that you'll ever be in, where
I
money
mean, it was
does
built on
matter.
corruption. America was built on corruption, bro.
Yep. Yeah, where money matter to like us people, white, black, it don't matter who it is, more than mostly any other country in the world. I mean, I understand because we got bills to pay and that make you somebody in America. It don't matter about your religion. You're a good man, a good woman. Guess what? You don't got no money. Nobody give a shit. That's how that works.
It all depends on the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
I've been around people who they live modestly, but they rich. They rich in substance.
yeah,
You know, they might be rich in family life, like rich and
yeah.
having. That's not always about monetary and material and shit. You feel me?
Oh no, I understand you exactly. I understand wholeheartedly what you're saying. Let me tell you what the difference what I'm about to say. And I know you know this already, but it's just like on our TV, we got to make sure, some other countries don't even show some. On our TV, we got to make sure our daughters or boys not watching cartoons where, the boy with the boy, getting it on, the
Right.
girl with the girl getting it on. In our country, our
Cartoons.
daughters might say the
Well, you
Jordans,
used
well,
to watch them. You just didn't know that the cartoons that you used to watch as a kid, the hell, they were why I gotta echo.
oh
They
no,
were
my phone was acting up.
they had subliminal homo stuff in it.
Yeah, I just never probably knew it, or my mom or like my stepdad probably ain't even
Never paid
noticed
attention.
it or something. Yep,
Uh
yep,
Pepe Le Pew, I think Pepe Le Pew was gay. I think Bugs
yeah.
Bunny was gay or a bisexual. What's the other one?
Facts.
Yeah, a lot of them.
him
They
and
just
him and Oscar Myers. What's the boy name? I forgot the boy
Bert and Ernie.
name.
You remember Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street?
Yeah,
Ernie
yeah,
was
yeah. They was
a pedophile
yeah, yep,
relationship. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They
yep,
sleep with that little boy. A lot of shit that was subliminally put on the TV screen just to, some people seen it and some people didn't. You know what I mean?
And bro, listen, old school. The guy that just said something that you read his comment, Peeper Game. Listen, hey
Keeper, that's a
brother, I
female.
have
That's a
no
female, bro.
no
That's a
Peeper of
female.
the game.
Yeah, Keeper 116, that's a female.
Oh no, I ain't talking about. I thought it was people of the game because I thought it was some nigga. It
Oh,
been some nigga around there. Like I said, I have no problem with him, but a lot of things these
yeah.
men get on here and
Barney,
get crazy.
definitely Barney was yeah,
Yeah,
he told he was happy and gay, right? Didn't Barney say he was happy and
yeah,
gay?
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah. I don't even be. Yeah, I
I
didn't
don't
even think
allow
about that
yeah, I
stuff.
don't allow like my son never watched cartoons. He's not a cartoon guy.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
let my kids watch it either. Yup. I like we used to watch Dora Explorer,
oh
but she
nigga.
had some weird stuff. But she's be with the little monkey and all this
Mm.
nonsense. So yeah,
A
yep,
monkey is a nigger. That's her little
yeah,
nigger.
yep.
Like
I agree with you.
man, you gotta, yeah,
Yep,
bro.
yep,
It's not for us. A
yeah,
lot of shit not for us that we consume. You know,
yep,
they gonna get you either through the
yeah,
television. Now they got the
yep,
music. They gonna get you one way or the
yep,
other. You know, and it's fucked up
yep,
that the adults don't understand it. You know what I mean? It's not
yep,
concentrated on. It's concentrated to kill the youth. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because we old niggas. We on the way out. You know,
yeah, yep.
but it's not stability that's coming up behind us, bro. Like the young boys today is scattered.
Yeah, they scat and they different though because I remember the guys before was probably a lot tougher. Now these boys are a lot stupider and they do stupid shit. A lot of these boys do some stupid shit.
I'm
A lot
saying
of
because
stupid
ain't
shit.
nobody gonna tell them not to. Nobody's there to
Yeah,
tell them not to because his old head doing
yeah,
stupid shit. His old head
yeah,
want niggas online trying to be tough at you. Or his
yeah,
daddy.
But you know another thing, and I know you know this already, is this is why I tell, like, when I do talk to the young bulls about, I mean, I ain't gonna tell them what to do because I'm not their dad, but I just give them advice. A lot of these dudes, I got a lot of friends too. You doing 20,
Too much feminine
25 years, you get
facts.
they
Right.
get out of jail, and guess what? Now they about to get a job. We might as well have got a job 25 years ago then.
Absolutely. You be
See,
running. Yeah,
see what
I
I'm saying?
always say that about myself, bro.
Yep. Yep.
Man, you know what I mean? But that don't
Yep.
stop nothing. It don't stop nothing. Like
Yeah.
just because you've been to jail, that shouldn't stop. What you want to do in life, as far as being successful. It should make you maybe change the way you go about it, but it shouldn't change your
Yeah.
grind, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, for example, right, old school legend, listen to this. My brother, I'm married to him down the bottom, named Gravy, real name
Okay.
Lawrence, whatever.
Yeah.
Good brother. He been out since 2018. He did 20 years. He got out. Now he in the construction business, but
Right.
to even really like get all his annuity, retire, he wanted to do 20. He's like, I ain't gonna never do 25 years, but I'm gonna get it in right now. Got a
Get it
good
in
job,
now.
making good money. But he never
Absolutely.
gonna do the 25 years though.
Bro,
Never gonna do that.
once you get over 25 years, then you know what I'm saying, you can you accumulated, you know what I'm saying, a nice benefit back, because if he's doing construction,
Yeah.
I know he got a nice package.
Yeah, but he gotta do 25 to get everything, and he's never gonna make 25. He just got out of jail. He started
How old is
2019. He's
how,
59 right now. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But
see what I'm
that's
saying?
what
He ain't doing,
happened.
but he doing well though. He doing well. And guess what? He was in the papers. My brother Gravy, he was getting real paper too. They
Uh-huh.
locked his black ass up.
Uh,
Yep, yep,
but
yeah. He
that's
was
good.
getting that real paper.
That construction,
Yeah,
good money and shit.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. That's what I would tell the young bulls. You don't want to go there with some, because I'm hearing about some of these young bulls. I know some of them, and they giving them football numbers.
Absolutely.
25 to 52 years. I know a young
Absolutely.
boy
One of my
hit a girl.
One of
Go
my
ahead.
homies' sons, he just took a plea. He just took a dub. He copped out to a dub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was one of the shooters on the bus, school bus.
Yeah, and got the school bus. I thought you were talking about Scepter over there on
Nah, that was Crash
Gerard.
Out. No, that was Crash Out Hawk. That was Hawk.
Yeah, I heard about him. I'm like, I don't know him though. I never even heard of him, but my man was telling me, he like, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
boy Hot Raw.
from
He got a
Frankfurt.
YouTube channel. I'm like, what?
Hanlon, Hawk from Frankfurt, right? He say
I
he
don't
from
think so, because
Frankfurt.
if he's from Frank, he catching the bus all the way up here. This is the 15. The 15 run
Well,
on
I don't think he
Gerard.
live in Frankfurt now. I don't think he live in Frankfurt
Yeah,
now. I think he was living in
yeah,
West Philly, but I think he
yeah.
from Frankfurt. You know, I remember him
Now I
from
heard.
Holmesburg.
Okay,
He was
all right,
over
because I heard he was
Holmesburg.
51, and I'm like, you kind of done at this point. Because I heard, now what I didn't like. Now I don't know if it's true or not. I heard niggas in Philly with YouTube channels was saying his name before he even got caught, and I'm like, now you kind
What
of
you mean?
drawing on old school. I mean,
What you mean?
is that like they was going live and they like, I think that was Hockey Raw, and I'm like, yeah, if he didn't
Oh
get caught yet,
they
I'm
was.
like, I don't like that type of shit.
But
See, I
guess what
mean,
he
that's
did?
dry snitching.
But
That's
guess what
dry
he did?
snitching.
But guess what he did? He came and went live too.
Yeah, I heard about that, but I
Yeah,
ain't want to believe that.
he
I ain't
went
want to
live.
believe that.
Yeah, he went live, right? But he a goofy though. You know, he's a
Yeah.
goofy, bro.
They said he was 51. They said they think the
Yeah.
young boy was bothering him a couple days. I don't know if that's true or not. But what he did was silly anyway. He got off the bus
Bro,
and
you
then just
know what
started shooting
happened?
through the bus.
You know them young boys be on the buses, man, and they be talking
Yeah.
reckless. He probably was clowning him and shit. And you know Hawk is he one of them boys that think you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was a flunky for the M.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about him and shit. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, he was one of them type of guys and shit.
So it makes
Always,
sense. He got off the bus and started firing instead of doing it on. Okay, it makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah, it makes sense.
that's corny though, man. You shooting at young
Yeah.
boys on a bus? like for one, the way you be talking, you shouldn't even be on a bus. You supposed to be
Yeah.
moving around out here. You shouldn't even be on a bus.
And a lot of times the way you carry yourself, because sometimes like, well, my court case is over. Oh yeah, I beat all my court cases been dropped too, so I'm good. I don't plan on having no more either, no time soon. So,
You too old to be
but
catching cases, man.
facts, facts. But so when I went downtown, I had to go to Filbert Street.
Yeah, yeah,
I went down
yeah,
there. I catch the L. I catch the L down there, and
yeah.
that's joint. I don't know if that's like more of a trap house, the L right now, or is that
Yeah,
like
I
a?
ain't getting on
I
that L.
baby all types of shit on the L.
Look,
Niggas be on there like
ain't
head
no,
bent over. You like what the fuck?
ain't no parking in Center City. You know what I'm saying? Or at least it costs so
Yeah.
much to park in Center City. So I usually like park on like Carpenter, Broad Carpenter,
Okay.
and I just
And
hop
then
on the
walk.
sub real. No, I ain't walking. It's
Oh,
too
okay.
hot.
Oh,
I
got
jump
you.
on the
Got you.
sub real quick and ride down. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's probably a better move because I just usually I'm right near like the L. Like I used to live near the L, whatever, when I was up 60th Street, and I would
Okay.
just jump on the L, boom, ride straight down, whatever. Like nobody, but I just be like, I could see somebody getting there, but young boys never, because I never get them that even that vibe where I'm playing with you. See, I'm gonna break you the fuck up, and it ain't gonna take long. Like we're not even gonna play games though. Like. So I never give them that vibe. So sometimes I don't know, like, if I'm not around, I don't know the vibe other
Yeah.
guys are maybe giving them. Like you being a friend, talking, hey, I'm not your friend.
Nah. We ain't nah. I don't roll with the young boys like that. They not my
Yeah.
friends. You know,
No, no. Yeah.
nah. You can't be friends with these young boys. They not,
Nah.
you gotta,
Uh,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep these young boys on. They be crashing out hard, bro.
yeah, they crash out hard and they have some shit they can't even control. Cause I remember all my young boys, they call me, OG or, old head, whatever. And, I'm 44, but they got respect for me. Cause they like, we know you didn't put the work in. And a lot of times, if you ain't put the work in, then they not gonna respect you.
Absolutely.
If you ain't put the work in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, if you're gonna be telling them about their lives, then you need to been there before.
yeah, you know. But
See what I'm
like
saying? If you like
like us, like they young boy be,
Mhm.
they might because I got a large family, so young boy be like,
Yeah,
yo, I'm your nephew friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm such,
yeah,
one of my nephews, one of my little cousins or something. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So that's why I get acquainted with all these little niggas and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. Now let me ask you a question.
I just got $250 from ShopRite for a youth program, bro. They gave me a little donation and shit.
Yo, that's great work. And another brother that I don't know if you know of, but he part of that. He the real pro black. George Macon. I met him one time.
Who?
We was in the fresh grocery up 69th Street. I'm like, you
Who?
George? He like, yeah, I told him George Macon. He from
I don't
Philly
know.
though. I think yeah, but he a good brother. He got shirts out with like nerds or some type a good slogan for
Okay.
kids. But he helped a lot of the black youth in Philadelphia. Yep.
Yeah,
George
yeah.
Macon. He on YouTube though. He a good brother too.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Short, stocky boy, MMA type fighting boy. Like, so he can get it in, but he a good brother. Yep. Nah. I just be shouting out to the brother because it's like sometimes you'll think, oh, nigga soft. Like, nah, the nigga, he get it in, man. I mean,
There's a lot of good
yep.
brothers doing some real good shit out here in
Yep.
the city, man.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he Muslim though, but it don't matter. Like, you're a
that
good
don't
brother.
matter. As long as he good,
Yep.
yeah. He
Mm-hmm.
from Woodland Avenue. Oh, okay, from Woodland Avenue.
Oh, they put that in the chat.
Yeah. Helen put it in there.
Okay, he might be from yeah. I know he from like Southwest or West. Yeah, Southwest.
He talking about the boy Hot.
That wasn't him.
Yeah, no, we talking about the boy Hakeem. He from Woodland Avenue.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right, yeah. I was talking about George Macon though. No, I don't know if I forgot. I think he might be from Germantown, I think, but I'm not positive right now. Yeah, but he a good brother. He helped the youth out though.
That's what's up.
He helped the youth out in Philly and he be live and all that, camera on and all that, helping kids out and stuff. Yep. So I can never knock the brother.
Did you go down there and see Jadakiss?
No, I was getting my hair cut the day, and my man told me like Jadakiss was here. He said that Drake was pumping a little bit. I said, all right.
Yeah, there's down Parkside.
I said, all right.
Yeah, there's down Parkside.
You know the Roots go down there every year, and I just like
Man, the Roots
Yeah.
picnic was trash this year, bro.
Yep. And you remember, did I talk to
Oh
you after
no.
that?
Yeah, he said the boy
Like
George
10 or
Macon
11
from Woodland.
people got hit.
He said George Macon from Woodland Ave.
Okay, yeah, George Macon. Okay, yeah. George Macon, good brother though, fam. I'm telling you, you meet him, you'll be like, yeah. Y'all probably like, I mean, let's say y'all want to do something with the youths and shit. He the guy you would go to. I mean, let's say you wanted to team up with somebody on YouTube and sit and do something. That's all I'm saying.
I
You
really
gotta be a
want
good brother though.
I really want a boxing program because the young boys don't know how to fight, man. They need to know how to, because
Yeah.
boxing,
It,
sports builds self-esteem. You know that,
yep.
right?
Facts.
You
No,
know,
facts.
yeah, that's true. And they need other activities besides gaming. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because a lot
Yeah.
of young boys don't even know how to swim, you know?
And
And
boxing, like a lot, hold on, old school. A lot of my South Philly people, I told you 13th Street, Dink, Cousin Kev, bro. All them niggas not, everybody not, the thing is, you just
yeah,
can't
everybody,
use it to go beat your motherfuckers up. Niggas will
man, them
shoot you like
13th
that.
Street niggas can fight, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
too many
yeah,
people
yeah.
from 13th Street who can't fight.
No, they was the ones that told me a fight shouldn't last longer than 2 minutes. That's what I tell them niggas on YouTube. I didn't make this shit up. Nigga told me one time. He said, "Yeah, nigga, fight. It shouldn't last longer than 2 minutes. Somebody should be knocked the fuck out or at least dizzy, at least after 2 minutes."
Yeah, I know a lot of niggas from 13th Street who can go.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yep. Facts. That's why I always give you your respect and your props and shit. And like I said, I mean, I don't bother people. It's just you come on the internet and we got on here, and then I'm like you were
I
saying,
think
I never
only
had,
people who got issues that they don't want to face bother people because they don't want to face their
yeah,
own issues. So they try to you know what I mean?
yeah,
Make themselves feel better by denigrating, degrading, or somebody else. That makes some people feel good.
facts,
They need that.
facts.
And like, if that's not your situation, if that's not you, it shouldn't really affect you. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially
Nah,
on YouTube, it shouldn't be really like, all right, let me go back. I used to think I had to go back and forth with these niggas.
yeah, facts,
I realized that
facts.
they beneath me. They not built for what I'm built for. We're not even cut from the
Exactly,
same cloth. So I'm doing
exactly.
a injustice to myself by even, you know what I'm saying, entertaining them. You know what I'm saying? Because they the
Yep.
clown, they the show. I'm not the show.
Nope. And let me ask you another question. And I know you're gonna agree with this because you basically just said, and this is what I started telling myself: if I win, I lose. If I lose, I lose. There's no
Facts.
win for me
You
arguing
got
with these
right.
niggas.
No win. You got no
Fuck.
win, bro.
These
No win.
niggas are stall bitch niggas. Like these niggas call niggas moms. They
Right.
do like doxing and all that. And I know you've been doxed before, and I know you probably came back and did your own doxing. And guess
Bro,
what? That's okay.
bro.
But yeah, I don't go ahead, family.
Niggas talk about your dead parents, bro.
Yep. Yep. No, I agree with you.
But guess what?
Yep.
That's not how they conduct themselves in real life. They
Nope.
don't do
I
that. They
guarantee
don't
you
go around.
don't.
They don't go around their neighborhood bothering people. They don't do
Nope.
that. They just it's only for the internet. And when you gotta have discipline in order to deal with
Yep.
undisciplined people. They just erratic, irrational. That
Yep.
ain't my makeup, bro. And you can fall
Yep.
into chaos. You know what I mean? Chaos
Yep.
breeds chaos. You can easily fall into that. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah.
yeah,
No, I mean you spit nothing but facts. And that's why sometimes when I go live, I don't do it a lot. But when I go, I won't be live myself.
uh-huh.
I went live like 3 times myself, but I went live actually on somebody else's channel where I'll show where I'm at. It's like
I seen you.
7,500
I had
people
seen you
around.
maybe a couple weeks ago. I seen you went live. I had seen
Yeah.
you went live. That's when I subbed
But
to your
last
channel. I didn't know you had no
yeah,
channel.
yeah. I just got one, so I didn't have one. But last 4th of July, I went live, turned the camera on. We showing it was like 75 niggas out there, some women out there. Guess what? Heard a lot of people saying, old head Levi. Yeah, that's when they don't. Nobody doxed me with my name. I told
I
my
know. I
name
always
because I
told you.
didn't know I I didn't know I had to hide my
That
name.
your whole family, it's not about hiding your name. And like, I know you want to be real and all that, but these people are diabolical, man. These are some treacherous
Yep.
individuals you're
Facts.
dealing with online. They don't have no regard for their
Facts.
own selves, so they have none for you, bro, and your family.
Yep. I agree with you. Because they didn't
And then,
say some disrespectful things about my family, too. Yep.
man, I didn't heard it all, man. I didn't heard it
Yep.
all. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the thing is, brother, most of them is spewing out what they really living.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because
Niggas
it's
broke.
always somebody doing worse than somebody and better than somebody. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you shouldn't be focused on what the next man is doing. I think that's Paul shit right there. If you pausing, I
Bro,
think
you keep saying so many things that relate to me. That's why I thought when you said peeper game 16, I didn't know that was a lady. I thought you said peeper of the game. Because this is a guy I was gonna tell him I have no problem with him, but he been running around YouTube for like me the last couple years, and he worrying about my sex life.
Oh
Like
no.
who I'm messing with. Nigga that asked me, well, why you mess with girls on YouTube? But well, I'm single, nigga. So don't worry about what the fuck I do. See what I'm saying? And what you just said is niggas worrying about, well, Rex, you tricking women. Why the fuck are you worrying about it, nigga?
Be your problem.
Whatever I'm doing, I don't even know these guys. It ain't even you or somebody from Philly that's telling me that. My friends tell me shit in real life, like, sometimes fall back, slow down. Sometimes they be like, you acting up.
I was just saying
Yeah, I
that.
know. I agree with you.
But a
Oh, yeah,
lot of
if you
people ain't
told me
got
that,
that in real life. They ain't got no friends they can talk to. That's why
yeah,
they come online all the time. Talk
yeah.
about you.
But even if you told me that, right, it'd be good. What my thing is, these niggas be from like East Bubble fuck. I don't even know y'all. Why are y'all worrying about my sex life, man? This shit is weird.
A lot of shit is
Shit is
weird.
weird.
Listen.
Yeah.
You have a panel with a bunch of men with a picture of me in my drawers.
Yeah. And
And
they
what they
laughing, huh? Like shit.
I don't know what they laughing. I don't know, but it's uncomfortable.
Yep.
It's uncomfortable.
Facts.
Then you got men running around here with pictures of men in their phone that they done doxed.
Yeah.
Describing their bodies and all that kind of stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm just not on here to do that because I don't disrespect.
my
Like I
mind don't work
said,
that way.
man.
My mind don't work that way.
Nah. What?
My mind don't work
I'm
like
seeing a
that.
nigga with his drawers on. I might let's say you just bring it up online. I'm not gonna show it. I'm like, yeah, nigga had his drawers. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just saying if you did do that, say nigga had his drawers on.
Bro, probably got my shit as a screensaver on his phone.
You know how I knew you was thorough old school? Yeah, I don't know about that screensaver shit. Listen, old school. Old school. What we talking about, man? What nigga got you a screensaver?
He probably do, man. The niggas,
These
I don't
niggas
know what
wild.
it is with me, man. I don't know what it is about this nigga and his obsession with me, man. It's a lot of them, man. It's a few of them, bro. Yeah.
Old school. You know what I told them? Remember, I just came down there too late. I said I was gonna go see old school. Me, him. I remember I was gonna bring my the chick I had at the time, Enda, whatever.
I remember.
I can't bring. I said I was gonna go down there. I said show old school love. We go to the Knicks and all that. These niggas don't even know about going outside. They kind of scared. I'm not meeting up with nobody. So why you talking shit on internet then?
That's what I'm saying.
What's wrong with these niggas, man? Niggas stupid.
If you outside, Rex, you gonna pop into me somewhere. I be everywhere.
Yep.
Nowhere. I don't be nowhere, but I'm everywhere. You know what
Nah,
I mean?
facts. I know you are. I know you are. Yep, I know you are.
I have to. I have to, bro.
You know? Hey, you a good brother. Like I said, you a good brother to me. I don't know about them niggas.
City down, man. I be trying to hold the city down, bro.
But old school, hold on. This is where I gotta disagree. You can't hold this whole city down because you know this city. You've been around this longer than me, and ain't one man can hold this city down. Ain't 20 men can hold this city down. This shit been going on with niggas taking niggas like lives. I mean, I'm just saying it straight.
I mean, listen, bro. it's gonna always be that element. You know, no matter
Yeah,
where you go, it's gonna always be that element. But it the game is always gonna be the same. It's the players that change. The game is the same.
facts.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? And once people understand that, these young niggas, they understand that. But see, then it goes back to the fact that, you know, they're not, they have so much feminine energy because a lot of them are raised by single parent women. And not saying that
Yep.
the single parent woman didn't do her best to raise them, but she's more than likely to be around other women. So he's, as a child, is going to pick up a lot of her ways and her, you know, just her mannerism just by being around her so much, you know. So,
Facts.
and then he come out on the streets and he get into conflict. He handle it the way he see her handle it. It's only natural, you know what I mean?
And that's gonna get you hurt though. And
That's what.
you
That's
know
what.
what?
Yeah.
But legend, you know a prime example of this, and I'm gonna go straight. You don't have to think about it. LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And
Why?
not that LeBron James' mom ain't do a great job with him, but Michael Jordan had a father. You see how he handled things. Michael Jordan, he never called himself the
Yeah.
greatest player of all time. He like we played in different eras. That was the boy LeBron James. You running around on some woman. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest player ever. When you got
Most
a losing
people,
record in the finals.
most young black boys who had a positive influence from their father, their grandfather, their uncle, somebody who was a positive, sturdy, solid individual that they could look up to. They they they
Yep.
they have some sense, but you don't have that today. You don't have individuals that the young boys can look up to. So they look up
Yep.
to the people they see on TV and the rappers and the you know, because like I always say, like I come from an era where being a junkie wasn't cool. It wasn't cool to be I smoke this, I pop this, I drink that. Nigga,
Nah. Nope.
you know, that wasn't cool. But now that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Things are that
Yeah.
weren't accepted are now accepted. And you either ride with it or you know what I mean, you continue to try to, you know what I mean,
Now,
restore some
now,
order till order is restored.
now, old school. You still got. You gonna drop your cash? I'm gonna hit your cash app off just because you old school, and I know your wife a little bit, just from YouTube, whatever. And guess what? Shout out to her, right? But I was gonna tell you. I know you don't probably you because I told you my dad name before, but he was much older than you. Like my dad passed away, what maybe 2 years ago, but he was
Oh,
78 then,
yeah.
and he did 27 years. I've been graded for it. His name
Wow.
was Leroy, but I remember he would do things like what these people wouldn't understand. I remember I wasn't around because I was born in '81, so my dad. I remember my brothers were born in the '70s, right? I remember
Yeah.
they was born. He would stomp them when they came home with D's. Yep. Ain't no cops calling and shit. My brothers are tough as shit, but they older than me. But yeah,
Yeah,
booming
they come up
gravy.
your brothers come up when I come up, like you know,
Yeah, yep,
70s. And the eight,
yep.
I like
You probably know gravy. I'm telling you, old school. You probably know my brother gravy. Telling you,
he was running around.
telling you.
If he was running around like you know in like early 80s, mid 80s, then you know
Yeah, like he
everybody.
was. He what? I don't
And
know
then
much
like
about
this,
Lil
you
Man.
know, Lil Man. Yeah, we was just talking about Lil Man. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Man,
he was
man,
riding with Lil, but he was to be with him when my brother was a young
uh,
boy. What, like
uh,
'88? All that
you
shit.
know,
Yeah.
you know Mackie and them, Mackie Pratt, the Pratts.
I heard, yeah, I know of the Pratts. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say I'm their friends, but I know of the
Okay.
Pratts.
All
Yep, I
right.
know of
So,
them. Yep,
all right. Well, you know, that's who I
they
used to
from
come.
down my way, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right,
And
yeah, yep.
do you and the gym show gym right there. You go. You know where the gym at?
The
The
gym
ball.
used to be on 39th. See,
The
but when
ball
I was coming up, it
downfield
was
got a
more
gym.
execution.
The execution
Okay,
is right. You West Philly ball. Yeah. You West Philly ball. The
yeah,
execution.
but
Yup.
they got
That
an execution down North Philly now.
and they we had
Well, it was. I don't know about now. I ain't sure about now. I ain't gonna even tell you no bullshit.
yeah, that's
But
he
I know
got
you're talking about.
his brother fought Tommy Hearns back in the day, and then after the fight, he died on a motorcycle crash. So
Okay.
you know the Schulers, right? You know Daryl Schuler, uh,
Yeah.
the sister at the restaurant. Remember her
No,
sister
I'm
bought.
not gonna say I know them though, but I know of them.
I'm gonna tell you where you know him from. Remember her son had the camel and all the. They turned the block into the desert for his prom. Remember that?
I heard about it, but I didn't see. No, that ain't
Yeah,
the niggas. Have you ever heard of them niggas down the bottom right now? I can't remember their name. Maybe that was them when
Who?
they had a crib. They was getting major money.
They
They
had
had
the
like a
alligators in the
fucking
basement.
alligators in the basement.
Yeah, you talking about
Exactly.
the curly top boys. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
them.
I know them. I know
Man,
them.
hey.
But I thought that might have been somebody else. I don't
Nah,
think that was the curly tops.
yeah, that
Because it
was
was
the
three of
curly
them.
top. They had the alligators in
Yeah.
the basement.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. Alligators in the fucking basement. For real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell niggas that, they be thinking I'm playing. I'm like, no, I ain't playing at all. Yeah. Them niggas had alligators in the basement and like dug a hole for these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they had water in there, feeding them dogs and
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah, yep. Now, I remember. I know them.
They kick a whole
I
dog
know
down
who
the
they are.
step. Yo, they would kick a whole
They was,
dog down the step, bro, and
yeah,
let the gate.
they was closer to my era, like after your
Yeah,
era, because they was after you. They
that's what
closer
I'm
to my
telling you.
age than yours. Yeah.
When they come through, they was young boys. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yep.
They was young boys. We used to go. I was at Monohoy with them. We used to go on visits together.
Yep. They was down the bottom too.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. We had a lot of niggas down there old school, but this is back in, I ain't gonna say the good days, but the crazy days. Crazy
See,
days.
now after like when you get into like the 90s and all that,
Yeah.
I wasn't out there for none of that.
No, Crowley Tops is from the 90s though.
But
Well, when they was going, they
that's what
from
I'm
the 90s.
saying. I was already
Yeah, I got you.
incarcerated when they came to
Oh,
the
I
jail.
got you. I got you. Yep. Yeah, bro. I got a lot of respect for you because I know you know your shit. And like I said, I always like to learn from other brothers that maybe know more than me. But Alicia, when you found out, like, yeah, I know my shit though. I've been out here for a long time.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
as long as you, but I've been out here for a long time though.
absolutely. You come down, you come
It's
through
just
the
like,
P. You come through the P, man. You just you bring my
yeah.
name out. It's all good.
Yeah, no, you good peoples with me. I'm definitely gonna tell. I told my cousin Kev about you and shit. He like, I'm not sure I had to say, but yeah, thinking them well, I ain't gonna get involved with niggas' names right now. Actually, I ain't gonna even do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause these niggas on air they want to start looking niggas information up. You're like, this shit is crazy.
You don't want to be looking up information of niggas I know.
Yeah,
I mean,
nah, man.
man,
I
that's
got
good.
niggas I know that's on the internet. They doing 3 life sentences, and then they'll say that was I'm like, nigga. Y'all
Well,
niggas are, I don't know, old school.
Dude fighting for the death penalty. He might get the death penalty for killing them 2 people.
Yeah. Like
You
my
know?
homeboy, right? I told him one time, I said, this Jughead Smith. He from West Philly, right? He's on the internet, and guess what them niggas said? Oh my God, I got someone must have looked his name up, I guess. Cause I put it out there a couple times, said his name, even though I try not to say his name much, 'cause I know I'm dealing with a bunch of squares. And I'm just like, they're like, oh my, I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is my best friend. Like, yeah, I don't play like y'all niggas come on here disrespecting my wife, my children.
You
Like, I
know,
ain't do nothing to y'all.
now I ain't gonna say the whole internet, but that's what like a lot of people. I mean, it's entertaining for a lot of folk. They like that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? They like it. You know, yeah, it is what it is.
Oscar, let me ask you a question. What's entertain? And this is why I got into it with someone one time. They were just rating this bull named True Freeman, right? Now he's a whole bozo. but I couldn't understand why so many people they had a whole channel
Uh,
watching like replaying his well, not even replaying, streaming his video,
uh,
talking about his wife,
that's
got his
what
wife fired from my job.
but
And I'm just
yeah,
like,
that's
that's
what they
bitch
try to
nigga shit.
do. That's what they do. They
Yeah.
try to get you fired from your job or whatever they can do to I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand that type of energy, bro, where you
Well,
want
I'ma die on my feet before I live on my knees. And that's what I tell
always,
them niggas.
always, but I don't
Yeah.
want to see
Facts.
nobody doing bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
Yeah.
do your thing, but I'm not going to, call no
Could
police
you
on.
imagine though picking on my wife though? Let's just say, for example,
Yeah, I can
filing, right?
imagine.
Old
There's a
school.
motherfucker picking on my wife right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah. 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 Well,
Every
we not gonna do that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I understand what you're saying, bro.
Yeah. And that nigga, well, we ain't gonna even worry about where you from. We'll just talk. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
Hold on a second, right? Well, go ahead and talk, right? I'm gonna drop you something, but
yeah.
in
It's
the
just
back chat, I'm gonna drop you something in the back chat. We'll talk later about that, but then after that, you gonna need your cash app, brother. So
my
we
cash
that's what.
my cash app on the screen.
All right. Yeah, I'll always be forgetting about that. And you got one of them long ass cash apps, old
Yeah,
school. Here you go. Fuck
yeah,
with me. Hold on, old school. Talk your shit for a second. Go ahead, old school. Talk your
yeah,
shit. I'm
man.
gonna put something in the back chat real fast.
When people see they can like get you to react in the same type manner that they're performing in, that's what they need. You know, you you don't have to get it. That's your choice.
So let me see this shit. This
All
shit
right,
going back. All right.
I got it.
But that shit said. All
I
right.
got it. I got it.
All right. Let me just send you the other joint and then I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna talk maybe a couple
All
minutes. I know you got a little bit and all that. But it's early, but I don't want to bother you, old school, because it seems
right.
like I'm bothering you kind of.
Yeah, I
And I don't want
appreciate
to do
you,
that.
bro. No, I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming up and kicking it with me, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
all my youngins, man. I got respect for all my youngins, man, from my city that's thorough and shit.
Yeah. Give me a second. Talk your shit. I'm about to see if I can go in the back real fast. I got you though. Give me 1 second. Go ahead. Old
Yeah,
school.
so
That's why I ain't gonna say
about,
nothing.
it's all about doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna be on here agitating Sixers messed up again, what they do? They ain't moved to New Jersey, did they? Yeah, what they do, Turk? Don't tell me they got rid of Embiid, because I know some nice trades been going down and shit, man. I know KD went to Houston. Who else made a deal? I think DiVincenzo coming back to New York. Uh, it's been a few nice moves made. I'm a Sixers man though, but I ain't seen what happened yet. Let me check and see what's going on, man. Can't be doing me like that, bro. Let me see, y'all. Yeah, Drew Holiday went to where? Portland for the young boy. What's wrong with VJ? You don't like him? You don't like him? Yo, bro, Ace Belly don't want to play for Philly. He said it. He don't want to be there. He don't want to come. I think he might go all the way down to the sixth pick, man. He want to play for anybody after the fifth pick. They were like he gonna lose millions, but yeah, he ain't want to fuck with us. Yeah, he ain't want to fuck with us, Ghost. I'm gonna put my number in the check. Whoa, you can't do that. You can't do that. How do I do that? Oh shit. Yeah, Rex, I ain't been down the bottom. Oh, matter of fact, I was down the bottom. I was down the bottom in like when in November, no. When was I doing that shit down there? When I was doing that work down the bottom. But they doing a
Old school, I
lot.
felt that joint. Old
They
school,
doing
I just felt that joint.
you
I
did
felt that joint.
you did?
And you know what? Yeah,
But
I don't go down there like too much, like my brothers and sisters down there, but I kind of be. It's still West Philly, but I kind of be up top West Philly
yeah,
at
but
this
they
point when
see
I
how
do
it's
be going
changing,
out.
dude? Like it's changing. It's changing,
Yeah,
bro. The whole
I
city
actually
changing.
got white people in
Right.
the fucking neighborhood. They
Yes.
was never in the neighborhood in the '90s, though.
Absolutely.
Never.
Absolutely. Nope. But you know what? Uh that also raises the property value. You
Yeah,
know, that all that
crazy.
reconstruction, all that building, all them little cafes on the corner and shit like that. You know what I mean? And it makes the neighborhood safer, bro. I hate to say it, bro, but when the white folks is in your neighborhood, it's safer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you think about this, right? Remember, well, like I said, you older than me, but when I was growing up, I remember we was all trying to get out the hood, and guess what? The white people actually probably showing us now they were trying to come back to the hood. So guess what? Y'all niggas can get out. We coming back.
See, that's the
That's
thing.
kind of
Like
how it was.
we lost hold of it. We man, it's
Yeah.
this thing be deep, man. Like, cause we got a whole fucking lost generation from crack. We lost a whole generation
Right.
from crack.
Right.
And then we had to deal with the crack babies.
You know what I think we messed up at
Where?
is where I think we messed up where the white people might have the same problems, but they'll make sure they grandmom house or even the slavery houses. And I'm like, I'm not a professional on that, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But for
Uh-huh.
3 generations, we don't
Uh-huh.
get rid of our houses.
In
Guess what? As
fact, that's
black
what I be.
people,
Yeah.
we get rid of our mom and dad houses
Let me tell you what
like
happened,
5 years
bro.
after they passed away. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let me tell
Go
you
ahead,
what
bro.
happened. Like when like after the crack era, right? A lot of people, children, got their houses, their mothers, and they wind up, the Chinese people came through, they was giving up cash money for people selling their houses for 25, $30,000. You know what I mean? Just taking the quick money, and then they build them, and now these joints worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I still we I still have the house that my grandmother and grandfather raised me in. You know what I'm
Shout out to
saying?
you. And
My
let me
aunt,
tell you something.
like they came here in the 40s, bro. I think.
Facts.
So, and the
Yo,
house that most of the people in my family owned and that's passed away, we never did nothing with them. We kept them.
Yo, shout out to you and your family because my step pop, right? That my mom owned the house now. My step
Uh-huh.
pop bought the house back in '85,
Right?
straight cash. He had $22,000 in cash. He
Yeah.
bought the house in West Philly on 54th Street. My mom lived there. They said the house was worth 175,000. That's
Yeah.
not a lot to New York niggas, but
Listen,
we live in Philly. I mean, I'm in the hood.
listen, bro. But that's just hey, keeper.
Hey, Legend, how you doing?
I'm good. How you?
I'm okay. I just
Yeah.
came up trying to get me to put her
I got you. I got you.
okay, cool. Okay.
How you doing, miss?
I'm
I
doing
don't know
okay. How
of
you
you,
doing,
but
Rex?
what's your name? How you? I'm think I met you before. I heard your voice before.
Yeah, keeper.
Keeper. I don't remember the name, but I remember
Hmm.
the voice. So nice to meet you. And
Keeper's back there.
how your day going? How
She
your
got
day going?
It's going. It's going. How about you?
she got
I'm doing pretty well. Yep, I'm doing pretty good. It's hot as
That's
shit in Philly.
good.
You in Philly too?
No, I'm not a silly.
Okay,
Florida
that's
by way
good
of
for you then.
Chi-town.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, you in Florida by the way, Chantel. Guess what? You moving up on up like the Jeffersons.
Yeah, moving up into this
But-
damn heat.
That heat, right?
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it's blazing out there.
Yeah, it's blazing every day. Yep, it's cool though. It's what I wanted.
Hmm.
Yeah,
My step pop, he in West Palm Beach, and he said he was going through it. Plus, he got the
yeah,
oxygen tank and all that. Keeper,
yeah,
yeah, because
yeah.
you know
It takes a little used to getting. It takes a little getting used to.
he
Being from
82 years
Chicago, I
old.
get all 4 seasons.
Yeah, he
Dang!
I
82.
do I
Wow.
do a feel to leaving heat like that because we went through what a legend like what
Yeah,
old school 3 days of this shit, and I'm like,
yeah.
this is
I
too
mean,
much.
it's cool. I mean, I can deal with it. I can deal with the heat. The heat don't bother me.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
like the
like I
cold
like the
either though.
heat. I don't like the cold at all. I could
Yeah,
deal
I
with the
can't
heat
stand
better
that.
because
Whew.
I mean, in the wintertime, shit, it's hard. I think it's harder to get warmer, warm.
Exactly. You can
But
get
what is it, 60
And
degrees in the wintertime for y'all in Florida?
in the wintertime, well, in January
Yeah.
it could be like 80 something degrees.
Damn. I
Hmm.
see that's nice.
They do
That's why
have
I like it.
they do
80
have
degrees.
cold seasons where, maybe like a month or so, month and a half, it might
60
get
degrees.
like down, it might get down to like 35. It get pretty cool.
Oh, y'all
But nothing
freezing at
nothing like
35.
Chicago. Shit, Chicago, we be like 20 below
Yeah,
zero
that's
and
vicious
shit like
there.
that.
Yeah, that's vicious. Yeah, that's vicious for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
cold weather
so
ain't good for my bones no more.
yeah, tell me about it. I just got tired of the weather and everything. But it's definitely, it takes some getting used to, because
Yeah.
because you get a little break. At least you get a little break. Here
Right,
you
right,
you
right.
barely get a break. You got to stay in some water. That's for sure.
You know what's funny though, peoples? That all of us been through cold weather. Cold weather have you hide behind walls. See, the heat might have you go inside. Cold weather have you hide behind walls. Cause I've been there before. You
Hmm.
like, yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of this breeze. This joint is coming too hard at me. Just like you just said, Miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the cold weather. If I had to pick one, yeah, I would pick the heat over the cold though.
Yeah, every time I think about Chicago's winter, I think about Richard Pryor where he did that comedy skit. He was saying shit in Chicago that Hulk hit your ass. You be trying to go out and smoke a cigarette. That Hulk be like, get your ass back in that building. Get
They
your
don't know
ass back
about that
in.
hawk. They be it's hawking
Okay.
outside. They don't know about that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's something else. But all right, I'm gonna jump down. I got what I
All right,
wanted.
keep it good having you always.
All
Appreciate
right, legend. All right, y'all be good.
Hey, yeah, keeper. Hey, Legend, you saw what I said, but keeper.
you. Yeah, I got you,
Never
Brody.
mind. I like that. I like when you know what I tell people on YouTube a lot of time. Well, a lot of the women, I like when they nice women, because the ratchet bras, I just don't get it. Like you come on here being ratchet, where I'm like, and then they get mad when I go like disrespect them. But to a lady like that, I like them ladies. It's
Mm-hmm.
just when you come up here and say start trolling, I'm like, all right, you want me to troll?
No, we don't do that over
I ain't
here,
gonna.
bro.
Yeah.
You ain't nah, you ain't gonna get that over here.
Yeah, you know that fake energy where they trying to disrespect me. I'm like, I ain't do nothing.
Nah, ain't nobody gonna
See what I'm
disrespect.
saying? No,
People
I
don't
mean,
do it, Rex. People don't. Everybody not on YouTube just here to just disrespect people, bro.
yeah,
Now, I know that's what we get used to
facts.
at times, bro. But nah, I ain't into that. I wouldn't. That's like a setup.
Look
Somebody
how,
on your panel, let them just
yeah,
do that for nothing
look how I talk to that lady. Why would I disrespect her? She ain't say nothing wrong to me.
at all.
Like, yeah, yeah, I
But
would
it
never
happens.
disrespect her.
It happens. It happens, bro.
Yeah, they come up here and start talking about my children.
Some guys can't wait to catch a woman on the panel so he can disrespect her. You know, that's how these niggas be.
Yeah, I don't do it in real life, though. I'm like, I just don't got it in me, fam. Just don't got it in me.
I got too many females in my family, and
Right?
I don't take kindly to people disrespecting them. So I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, hey, yeah, that's what it is, bro. You know what I mean?
That's why I was saying though, old school, in terms of trying to teach niggas on YouTube. I'm kind of done with that. I tried that
Because they're
before.
grown. You can't teach these grown ass niggas nothing, bro.
No, you right. You
Don't even
right.
try to
I
teach
thought
them.
I could.
Nah, you can't. You can't teach them nothing, man. They
Yep,
some of them
I
older
tried
than
to.
you, Rex, and they don't know nothing.
I know.
You
Yep.
know.
Cause I remember you remember the nigga Kevin Samuels, right? The old nigga from Atlanta
Yeah,
was the dating
that
coach.
was saying was
So
yeah.
I talked to him. So before he
Yeah.
even became somebody, right? He was
What
on
you
YouTube, right? He
talking
was a,
to him about? What you had to talk about?
he ain't had much to talk about, but what he was saying to me was this
Uh-huh.
before he became like a a content creator. He was just a
Oh,
regular guy like me on
right.
YouTube. I'm
Okay.
talking to him and he was saying he was a dating coach. And I'm like, why
Okay.
would niggas need you to date to teach you how to pay you to teach them how to get women? And that nigga said, Rex, you would be surprised. So that's why me and him was always cool. I never like talked to him. Once he became big, I never talked to him no more because I'm like, I'm just a chat room nigga.
It's a line for because everybody not some people like awkward. They socially they don't have social skills. You know what I mean? They don't know how to that's why
So he gonna pay.
you see a lot of people get what they call ghost signals on YouTube because they might hear a pretty voice or see an avatar and automatically they, you know what I'm saying, infatuated. But if they was to get out more, supermarket, doctor's office, just it's a lot of women out there. But I
Facts.
be understanding that how niggas become so infatuated with women. Like y'all don't see no women in y'all daily going to work or at the job
Yep.
or lunch. Like what the fuck? I just
I was
don't get
getting
it.
trolled. I was getting trolled at
And
12
I know you
because
done did that
Jug and
with
Raymond, they was
with these.
having sex already. They was trolling me. At
Ah.
12, they was putting peer pressure because they had sex at 9 and 11. So I'm 12 and I'm still a virgin. So I think I had sex like maybe 13, 14. But yeah, I had niggas that had my best friends had sex at 9 and 11. So I'm
Yeah,
like, all right.
absolutely.
They
No, they got
and guess
kids
what? They peer
like
pressure me.
13, 14. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
how many girls in
Yep.
their
These
was
niggas,
pregnant at 13, 14?
they might have had a few, but when they first had sex was 9 and 11, and guess what? I was still a virgin. I said,
Yes,
holy shit. Yep.
yes.
And they put pressure on me. They like, you can't get no girl. So when I
Nope.
got there, that's kind of my backstory on why once I got there, I'm like, yeah, I never stopped from that point on for the last 30 years. Yep.
You funny boy.
Yeah, I was getting pressure. Hey, old school, I love you. You know that, brother.
Love you more,
I'm
brother.
just like,
You have a good night,
we
man.
still gotta go to that Dick's roast beef though. Fuck some of the
Holla
roast
at me,
beef
man.
sandwiches up.
Holla at me, and you
Yep.
know we'll
And
figure it out.
ask your wife because I told her. Remember my friend that told me because when the first time I went there, and that's where
Mhm.
I've been getting that shit every time. He's like, you got to put spicy. Do you get spicy mustard on your dry? I think I asked you that, but I
I
don't
get
remember your answer.
horseradish. I get horseradish on my shit, bro.
All right, yeah, I get spicy mustard on mine.
I straight hit the horseradish and you know, a double with Don Julio and a Pepsi, and
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right, see, you getting busy. All right, I got you with all that. That old school. See, you was talking about the French fries. You
Oh yeah, that's
cannot
how I
put
get
them
my
French fries.
fries, man. I can't eat no other fries.
No, no, the gravy fries, right? You got to
Oh,
eat
you
them
like
when
the
they hot
gravy
though.
fries? You
Yeah,
like
I
the
got them
gravy
before. I brought it for the kids, and guess what? It took me about 20 minutes to get home. The
fries?
kids had them, father had them, and they was almost cold, so they weren't as good. You got to eat them hot too.
Oh yeah, they got to be.
Got
You
to eat
got
them
as
hot.
soon as you get them, you got to eat them. Yeah, you
No, but
can't eat.
before I let you go, you was talking about these manufactured, like this bullshit French fry, like McDonald's. You
Yeah,
can't put them in the microwave, or they done once they not
they
hot.
done.
No,
Once
I
they
agree
get
with everything you were
yeah,
saying.
once they get cold, they don't even
They
turn.
done.
Oh, they don't even mold though. You can have them in your car for days, and they just get hard. They don't mold.
No, you keep me in your car for about 30 days, they'll be black as motherfucker.
Yeah,
Ain't
nah,
nobody gonna do that
bro.
though.
I done found some goddamn French fries in my car, man. I'm like, yo,
Yo, I did too. I did too on the side of my seat you talk about, right?
it
Side of
sound
the seat.
like in between the back seat and the underneath the front seat.
Yeah, you got
Uh,
one of them joints where you gotta push the seat back just to get the joint
back,
out. I get
exactly.
like a pen or a pencil just to push the joint out. I'm like, yeah, this some nasty shit. Why this shit? This
Nah,
is
that
one of them
fake shit
days I'm
don't
fucked
mold,
up.
keeper. It just stay, it just get hard. It don't mold.
And how peeper what's that name? 716?
Keeper 116, 116.
Yeah, how you doing with your fine ass?
See,
My name Levi.
she was just up here talking to you, and you said you glad that she came up here and wasn't disrespectful. And I
Oh, I
don't
didn't
know.
know it.
Hold up, hold up. Let me finish. I don't know
Go ahead.
like how people approach women, but I don't think women like that kind of you know what I'm saying, bro?
Facts. Facts. You got it. Yep,
Yeah.
you right.
So like that's every female is not to be approached in like the same manner. You understand
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you, legend.
Yeah.
Yep, no, I agree with you. But
Yeah,
I
we
like
we,
to be in
we
no,
put
and
her
I agree with
we
you
can't put
in
people
terms
in a
of the
box, you know what I'm saying?
yep,
And you was just
yep.
saying
No,
that,
I agree with you.
you know?
No, old school legend. I agree with you, right? I'm gonna let you go. I want to be, and that's what I want to stand on. I want to
Uh-huh.
be the same nigga I be in Philadelphia that
Right.
I'm on YouTube.
Absolutely,
And
man.
these niggas, and I ain't talking about that lady. I'm not talking about her. I know she's not from Philly, and I
Uh-huh.
know you are. That's why you already know I don't have we won't have no problems. But these bitch ass niggas,
Mhm.
I'm cut from a different cloth. Now your niggas come on here, y'all talking shit, and guess what? And sometimes that's what I would do, legend. Would I call them niggas out because I'm like, what
See, but
type
the
of
thing
pussy
is,
are they?
Rex, you know what? It comes to a point where you even wasting your time calling them out.
I
It's
agree.
no need, bro. Like if you stand on what you stand on, you know what I mean. Those type of
So that mean,
people will eventually, you know what I mean, dissipate, bro. They don't last long. They don't
yeah.
have staying power.
Both goes. Let me ask you one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if I tell them niggas that, guess what?
Uh-huh.
I wanna holler at them and all that shit, and then I guess what? I'm just faking. What
No, no,
that
no.
make me? That made me a bitch
That's why I
ass nigga.
say that's why I say like if you can state what you're trying to do to you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
what time is they on? They are on YouTube time. You know what I mean? They are here to entertain other people through you by using you. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to
that's
indulge, cool,
crazy.
you get busy with it. But if not, that's what YouTubers do, bro. That's what these type of niggas who consider themselves
And
content
I
creators.
apologize, and
You know?
I'm good to you and your wife, but any of you niggas, I ain't gonna need to say that. What I'm about to say, you know what I'm gonna say is, I'm good, and guess what? I never thought of it that way. I'm like, if I'm gonna say something, then I gotta back it up.
No, no,
That's what
no.
I was taught. You
You
gotta
can't.
back that shit up.
Yes, but that's out here in real life. And
Yeah,
you don't have
I
those
got you.
problems like that in real life. There's nothing you can back
Yeah,
up on YouTube. Just because you pull your gun out
no,
on somebody on you, you still ain't did nothing. Just because your
no,
mic
I
is
ain't Porto got out since
no, I'm just
2000,
saying.
family.
I'm just saying. Just
I got
because
you.
your mic is louder than the next person and you got more doxed information, and that's not a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's not how men fight. Men don't verbally argue. Two men can't stand in each other's face and be going back and forth. This is not the WWF. Somebody's going to
Yeah,
get smacked. That's why men speak in a certain tone when they're addressing another
yeah.
man.
We don't argue
New nigga in
long.
the
We don't
building.
argue.
What's up, Breeze? How you, bro? Hot enough for you,
I'm gonna
Breeze?
drop off old school. I just never saw
Yeah,
niggas
man.
like
Just give it
talk
some
to.
thought, bro. Just know,
No,
long
I
as you
agree
know
with
who
you,
you
fam.
are,
It's
you
good
good.
talking to you, brother.
Always, always.
And like I said, you got to meet my sisters and all that. They from that watch. They might actually know you. I'm telling you,
Right.
old school.
I've been around, bro. But you know, yeah,
Yep.
we'll figure it out.
Yep. And you come down the way. That's why I said you saw what I put in the back chat, right?
Yeah. I got it.
All right. So you have a good night, brother. You and your wife have a good night. And I'm
Absolutely.
going to
You
holler at you.
you and your family. I
All right. I'm going
appreciate
to
it.
drop down, brother.
All right.
Shout out.
Yeah, I appreciate my brother Rex. You know, Rex was amped when I first came on here. He calmed down a whole lot. You know, he calmed down a lot. But yeah, y'all. I just want to let y'all know, man, that these there's a lot of parallels in what happened in Las Vegas to Finney the Legend and his wife Bubbly. And when I say parallels, I mean people are doing the same thing that they were doing to other people. But I don't think they understand that that was real life. I think they believe, or due to their mental instability, uh, they living in some type of fantasy land like nothing can. Like they be having fantasies. You know how people have fantasies, or you know, yeah, when he shoots me, I'm gonna dive off and fly in a building on top of the building. You know, I'm gonna duck the bullet, and you know, when they say anything, I'm gonna grab his arm, and people be having it'll never happen to me. Never say never. Never say never. And if you're not equipped, you know, like you've been in the field, you know what it's like to run down on somebody or somebody to run down on you. Don't bring your wife. Don't bring your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. You know what I mean? Um, Protect your family. Check in with your peoples. Let them know that you are an asshole on YouTube and somebody could possibly take your life. Let your family members know that. All you people who like to agitate and harass other people, tell your family and friends what you're doing because it's a possibility that your life can be taken from you. And I'm not being ignorant or facetious or arrogant when I say that. I'm being truthful as a motherfucker. I'm being truthful as a motherfucker.
Myself, yo. Thank you, Keith Bird. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate you, homie.